All right, we're live with Big Money Marq, and welcome back to a Halloween stream. This is thanks to Predminator here who sent in the request. Thank you so much. We also got Silver Wings with some Pepsi and White Castle burgers ready to go.
Nice.
We got Business of Fear. We
What's
got
going
Alex. We got Hobbling. And yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Didsby, DJ, hello and happy Halloween to everybody. That backdrop's gonna be there forever, I guess. Baby be backdrop.
No, that's my fault. I didn't change it. Actually, let me change it right now. I didn't even notice that was still there. Hold on, let's fix that.
But hey there, Max Payne, Jackson Jack, Steven, Crystal, Brian. Yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good Halloween night. I did nothing. I slept till 4 p.m. Got up 8, watched a couple YouTube videos, and now I'm here.
Nice.
I'm fine with that. We also got Bobby. We got JoJo. We got Emotionless Zombie. We got Greg. Oh, the backdrop you see on the top of us and bottom, like Alien and Predator. So Mark's changing that to some bit different.
Yeah.
I'm doing well tonight. How are you doing, Marq?
I'm good, man. Been a busy day, but glad to be on here.
So how many things you buy today?
Well, nothing yet, but tomorrow Vinegar Syndrome's doing that sale, so hopefully it's some good stuff on there at least.
Is it sale or announcements?
I think it's both, actually. Yeah. Oh, wow. Can you see that on your end where it's talking about the video backgrounds?
Video background? No. What?
If I was more prepared for this, I would have it up and ready to go, but I don't. But I will. Maybe next time.
No problem, Premier. Thank you for your kindness. So always appreciative. And upload Halloween Ends. That's a piece of shit movie. Watch that again. It reminded me once again how much I hate that film. And it's the worst Halloween film I've seen. Halloween Ends. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was on the other day, and I watched a bit of it, and I was like, man, this is worse than I remember. Like,
you know
it's really boring.
What I kept thinking watching Halloween Ends, because that was a request, upload that today for those who don't know, is Michael Myers hasn't been captured, right? Why is no one scared that he'll come back on Halloween? He came back 40 years and killed like 35 people. He disappeared, but now everyone's shopping around Halloween perfectly fine. It's only been like 2-3 years later.
Mm-hmm. They're all over it.
Why? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I hate that movie. It is a disgrace. I agree. Thank you, Business of Fear. Cheers to Halloween Ends. It blows. It certainly does blow. Fuck that movie. This piece of shit. So much of that sucks. Yeah, no, that's funny. The Dead Pit was doing. I thought it was a live stream with their witch movie. It's not. It's a premiere.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, I think Wes is busy watching. He's either watching Fright Night 2 right now or Night of the Demons. I was texting him earlier.
Okay. I figure Uncle Bill's trick or treating with his kids. I figure that makes.
He was saying like, "Oh, which one should I watch?" And he's like, "Well, what about Flesh Eater?" I'm like, "Well, you're on your own with that one. I'm not I'm not gonna choose Flesh Eater for you to watch. But yeah, he's watching some horror movies probably right about now.
Happy Halloween to you too, Russian Pirate. Yeah, doing well. Month of horror, I mean, it went by fast for me. I would say the best part was playing Manhunt for the first time. That was my favorite part of it.
Nice.
We had to get Marq to play that game on this channel.
That would be really fun. I'd love to.
But I guess, premieres here is for the requests for him. We've been talking for 5 minutes. I guess we'll get to the commentary he wanted, which was of the original Halloween. So I'm cued at the beginning of the film. It's only like an hour and 30 minutes. It was a pretty short movie. So ready when you are, Marq, and anyone that want to follow along, we just count down 3, 2, 1, press play, and when we press play, feel free to press it as well. The local movie theater near me shows Halloween every year in October. If I had not already seen it on the big screen, I would have definitely gone to see it. Well, hey, definitely understand that. But are you ready, Marq?
I am ready.
Good money.
That's right. Well, by the way, Predminator, I appreciate you, sir. I didn't get the chance to mention that before, but dude, thank you for all the support. I mean, I really appreciate it. You have no idea. It's always nice to be liked and have fans of what you do. And I'm just doing this for fun. So anytime you want to do anything or you want us to do anything, just shout it out. We'll do it if we can. And once again, appreciate you. Thanks.
And real quick, Russian Pirates asking Marq, you said you talked to Mitch Pileggi. Did you ever ask him what the sequels would have been like for Shocker?
Yeah, I did. He did not go into detail about what they would have been. Not in great detail anyway. More so that the plans were going to be even more over the top. Like the second film was going to be even more crazy than the first one. Right when I started talking to him, there was almost nobody there. And as soon as the conversation got going with the Shocker stuff, then the line started to form. And unfortunately, I didn't go back to his table. I should have, but I didn't. And it's one of my bigger regrets that I have going to conventions when it comes to talking to actors. So yeah, I'll probably see him again at another convention, and I'll try to get more information out of him because there's absolutely nothing online about it. Oh, thanks, Business of Fear. That's cool. Appreciate that. Yeah. Whenever I get a chance, he typically does still do conventions, so I'm sure I'll run into him again, and then I'll get some more info out of him.
Well, we'll pause at the beginning. We'll count down from 3. So it'll be starting now. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. A Compass International Pictures release. Mustafa Akkad. He did. He died.
Unfortunately, he is. And that was really fucked up how he passed away.
How?
He got killed by a bomb.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think he went to a wedding in Jordan, and he probably was not the intended target, but the bomb went off there, and
they saw Resurrection.
Oh my god!
Wasn't that bad, guy? I like Dangertainment. I mean, I don't people hate Busta Rhymes, but that's the bomb you for.
Yeah, it's a really, really shitty way to go out.
Damn. Sorry, I didn't know that. That's how the way it started coming there.
I know, right?
This guy died from a bomb.
Yeah.
But yeah. How did you first see this?
First viewing was on VHS. I'm not that old, guys, so I didn't have the pleasure of seeing this for the first time in the theater. But I would love to see like a 35 of it. I know it's got to be really killer, but yeah, VHS. And it was super effective. It stayed with me. It was something where I'm pretty sure this was another one of those movies. So, I mean, there's so many of these, like, I guess this started in the 70s, but it's still technically more of an 80s franchise. But so many of those films where it's like a bunch of sequels. This was one of the few where I saw the first one first. And I'm glad that I did. I just have such a deep love for this one. It's crazy because, like, all the stuff that you probably think wouldn't be as effective later on, given all the different avenues the sequels have taken, it's still effective. Like this opening right here, this is one of my favorites. Carpenter's using the Panaglide Steadicam thing, and it just works.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the house isn't overly lit; it's lit perfectly. You get the sounds of Halloween from the kids, and even the theme music, and it just goes quiet, and you're right in the POV. I love it.
Let me quickly go to the chat. Hi there, Jeremy. Halloween 1978 would have to be my favorite of the series. That's Predminator. Do you have a favorite, Marq? Halloween film?
Oh, this one for sure.
Before going, okay, I do like this opening, but there's a couple things that kind of bug me about this.
I think I know some of the things, but I'll let you list them off.
Well, it's the quickest sex scene ever. Like he pumping dups in less than 30 seconds. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but my sex is a little bit longer than 30 seconds. So he should have died for that. I guess he pre-ejaculated.
Yeah, that's the thing. He lived.
And also sometimes the height, it doesn't seem like the height of a kid. Like it seems like the height's like a lot taller than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's just me, but sometimes it seems like, how tall is this kid?
Right. And I think that's Deborah's hands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one shot that I know bugs me is it's the stabbing. It's like,
yeah. Yeah, it's like
I don't know who does that, but apparently Michael does. And then for me, another thing I don't like is the reaction with the parents. They just stand there and they don't say anything. And they just stare at him. Yeah, he's already done. He's out. See, he had a good Halloween night. She's not going to have a good night, though.
Was it that good? It was only 30 seconds. Was it that good?
Well, he didn't die, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, the Babysitting Murders, I think was the original title.
Yeah.
Halloween was much better, though.
Yeah, I mean, more marketable. I think when he did more research into it, Erwin Blondes, that there was never any movie that used the title of Halloween, not even like in a like in the middle, like not like this movie is Halloween something or just Halloween. So it's pretty cool that they were able to get that title, and I mean it sells itself, you know. I mean, it's perfect marketing.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go with the
Now, did John Carpenter steal from Black Christmas? That's sort of, some people wonder about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like this more than Black Christmas, to be fair. So if he did that, that's fine. But there is that question. People wonder, did he steal this from Black Christmas? He says he never saw it, but who knows how truthful they are.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there, Jacob. Yep, this is a great movie.
Yeah,
Even though I get, yes, go ahead.
That's a weird thing to like think about because it does have the same opening almost with the point of view. But I remember Carpenter saying that like the Steadicam was like just coming out, but clearly they've accomplished the shot and sequence before with Black Christmas. So I don't know how new he meant that it was. The camera was new. Like I guess like within the next few or last few years, like it had come out or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I probably first saw this, probably also VHS too. But I saw the second one first, and for probably I don't know how many years I only saw the second one. I never saw the first one. So it's like eventually saw. I'm like, oh, okay, that's how it. So that's how it. That's why the second film starts that way.
Mm-hmm.
Although the second film has a mistake where there's like 8 bullets when it's like a 6-shooter or 7 bullets.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, shot him 6 times. I'm like, no, there's 7 bullets. We hear 7 bullets.
Shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart.
I hate when they do that. It's a 6-shooter, but then somehow they shoot 7 or 8 bullets. I'm like, it's not kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
You count the 6. Yeah, the first one, I mean, that was the thing is that when it came out, critics were not really gung-ho, and then they like, I don't know, like Siskel and Ebert, like there were people who reviewed it and they're, oh, it must be pretty good if they liked it. It's like they kind of built up, it seems, the good critical notices.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they had the movie done, and people said it wasn't scary until they added the music, and then they said it was much more effective.
Right. Yeah. Carpenter said he showed it to like some executives or something, or not Carpenter. No, I think it was either him or Irwin. They showed it and like they didn't seem to like it at all. They said it wasn't effective.
Yeah.
But music obviously is amazing. It's
Yeah.
classic music. I love it. But I think the movie still would have been pretty interesting without it. Of course, there's another layer of charm with it, but I mean, hell, it's still a cool movie.
The music is definitely essential for this. But hey, there, the Nervins numbers, Sloan, True Fire Pink Guy, Manny Cotillo, Jay Dobbsy. Happy Halloween, all of you guys. Hope everyone's having a good one. Again, this was request from Predminator. We're 9 minutes and 28 seconds, and we have Donald Pleasance, which such a wonderful asset. Always loved him as an actor. I think weirdly enough, the first time I saw him was this movie no one's going to know called Warriors of the Lost World. That's what it's called. Like the sci-fi movie with Robert Dente and Percy Kambata, where Robert Dente has the talking motorcycle. When he destroys something, it goes bingo, bingo, bingo. It's like came out like the 80s or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a ripoff of the Road Warrior.
Okay.
But he was it Christopher Lee he wanted for this, and Christopher Lee said no, and he said it was the biggest regret he ever had.
Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing both turned it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, he would later say, like, it's the biggest regret of my career. I should have did it.
I'll thank you, Aaron. Hope you're doing well. And yes, yeah, the Terminator turned 40. Nightmare on Elm Street turned 40. A lot of good ones. I could be like Rob Zombie and bitch about how come he drives. Well, Loomis said maybe someone gave him lessons.
That's right.
Fucking Rob Zombie, what a fucking asshole. I mean, there's a guy that made a video about like how Rob Zombie ruined the franchise, and there's a lot of clips that he got from Rob Zombie about how he doesn't like remakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the complaints he has about Halloween, how Loomis always seemed drunk, I guess to him, or how come we just found a mask at a store? I'm like, it's a store. Like, They obviously have more than one of these masks in this world. Of this world. Huckabee drives, all this other stuff. I'm like, you don't like this movie, do you, Rob?
Yeah, it's funny. Like they did have a what is it? Bracket says all they took was a mask, some rope, and some knives, and it's like that's pretty like sinister stuff to take from a store. I'd question that a little bit more. It's like, oh, it's just kids. They just broke it.
Forget where they shot this. Was it California?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm about the trees.
Yeah, there's palm trees.
Yeah.
If you look far down in one of the shots coming up, you can see palm trees in the background.
Nah, money saving Mimi. There's no trick-or-treaters around here. I'm in the middle of nowhere here in Texas. So I guess that's a good thing. No kids. Oh yeah, be careful. What was people like put razors and shit in the candy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody put a sewing needle in some Twizzlers. I saw a report about that. Like apparently police are involved, and it came from like one of those trunk or treat things, which they deem to be safer, but clearly it's not.
Here's a little Tommy Doyle. I think the actor's name's like Brian Andrews. Is this Tommy Doyle? Is this kid, or I'm getting him wrong? Maybe it's another.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's him.
I find it funny, like he's the only guy they didn't call back for the new films. I wonder how you got. It's like, well, you got the girl who played Lindsay, you got Charles Cyphers, you got the nurse, but I'm the only one you don't call. Is he Anthony Michael Hall?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like he must be like somewhere drinking, pissed off, like not getting that paycheck.
Exactly. You know that's what he's doing.
My friend Fabio, the Italian stallion, he met him one time. And he said that when he met him, like the guy kept bitching about Paul Rudd being Tommy Doyle. And like Fabio didn't even ask about it. He's like, this guy just kept, can't believe he was, Tommy Doyle. And it's like, dude, I didn't ask you about that. And so just walked away. So apparently that's a guy who's still. I'm like, if he's pissed about that, I wonder. That was about fucking new films.
Oh yeah, you know he's pissed.
So Michael was a sex pervert watching Jamie Lee Curtis. God, these ugly ass suits. Poor Loomis forced to wear this shit brown suit.
That guy looks like Jeffrey Lewis.
I can see that, yeah.
Like for a while, I was like, is that him? There's no way that's him.
But Donald Pleasant, I love as this character, at least in the first, second, and fourth film.
Mm-hmm.
When he died, it was never the same. I know people say like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I know people say like Laurie Strode is what kept this series going. To me, it was Loomis. Like,
yeah, I mean, he was the constant when she was gone. He was always there.
Can I say here, Jamie Lee Curtis is a bit of a bitch in real life, it seems.
Why does it seem like that?
I don't know, just the way she acts, like she doesn't want to be part of horror. She like hates all the movies she's been a part of. Like she hates The Fog, she hates Road Game, she hates Halloween 2, she hates H2O, even though she did a commentary for it.
Mm-hmm.
She just seems like she has a stuck-up attitude. I don't know.
Well, you saw that thing that I posted on the Dead Pit Discord, right?
Which one?
She says never say never for a return. But I just figured she was done after Ends, but apparently not. She's willing to come back.
I don't know. I just good actress, does a good job in these movies. I just don't like her. Just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. And you mentioned Donald Pleasance. He only worked for a week on the movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, all his scenes stand out. Super effective. He just works. Even though he didn't completely understand the material from
Right.
what I saw, like he still gave it his all, which I know Carpenter appreciated. And then when you do that, I mean, the results will always be up on the screen. So it's evident.
Watch it. You know, he's going to want you to be his sidekick. It's like Halloween ends. Watch it, kids. You'll soon be Michael Myers' sidekick.
Now, with the way like he's moving right here, do you have a preference for Michael Myers? A lot of people are like, no, I like George P. Wilbur. I like Dick Warlock. Do you care? Like, does it ever matter to you who plays the character?
No, they all seem to play the same, to be honest.
Okay.
The Mask is like, if you ask him about the Mask, okay, they're different.
Mm-hmm.
But like my favorite Mask is part 2.
Okay.
But actor, like they all play the same. Have they ever played it differently? Like even Jason, some of them played differently.
Mm-hmm.
But has anyone ever played Michael Myers differently?
I mean, just a tiny bit of a difference with Nick Castle, at least to me. But maybe it's because of the way Carpenter shot him. Maybe the way Dean Cundy photographed him. Like maybe the way the shots were set up. Maybe that plays into it. But Carpenter said his direction towards Nick Castle was like, don't do anything. Just move. Don't try to play a character. Just be a guy in a mask. Like he gave him very little direction, hardly any, really. And it seems to just work. I mean, I can't explain that, but I see a bit of a difference in Nick Castle versus the other guys. But again, like you mentioned, the masks, that makes it 10 times worse when the masks are also shitty, especially the masks in H2O and even 5. Oh my God. Like it's horrible.
How the hell did he find this truck? Because it's like 70 miles away from Haddonfield.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's lucky this is the only road.
I was going to say that's the only road toward Haddonfield.
And it's hidden. So he has to have eagle eyes to find this truck. It's not like it's a tracking device. How the hell did he find this truck? Sanford's Red Fox's truck.
That's probably the only bit of blood you see in the movie.
Yeah.
The little blood on his chest. That and there was some on his sister at the beginning, but that's pretty much it. Interesting choice right here. Little to no lighting down there.
Yeah.
They walk out. It's crazy, like all the different takes and attempts and visions of all these guys like trying to do something that's even close to this. And Carpenter said he just wanted to make a movie. I think any interview you see with him, he said, we were just trying to make a movie. That's the famous quote. We were kids.
Didn't he recently bitch about this film recently?
Carpenter?
Yeah.
Not that I saw. What did he say?
I can't remember. That's why I wanted to ask.
I mean, he's probably tired of people bringing it up to him. It's like, I directed more movies besides Halloween.
I can't remember. It was like briefly. I didn't read it. Yeah, I'm glad you like that, Jobsy. That's very cool. Happy Halloween, Cornholio. Sister Eber liked this movie? Yeah. Honestly surprised because they always complain about these type of films, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this is one of the few that they did like. Yeah, I did see that Predminator. Actually, I saw something on Instagram. It was an old interview with Carpenter, and he talked about like how he thought Halloween 2 sucked. I mean, he said he got through the script with Budweiser. That's how he wrote Halloween 2.
How did you get through Halloween Ends, Wisty?
Well, he didn't have to write it, so I'm sure it was easy to just.
I'm sure you had to watch at one point. You need alcohol to finish it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I mean, he hates Halloween 2, but he likes Halloween Kills. He said Kills was his favorite one. Of the
must be really high.
I'm thinking that's what it was.
He must be really high.
He does love his weed nowadays.
Yep, games and weed.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, X-Ray Punch. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Carpenter. There are other films I like that would put above this, but I mean, it's still a good movie, yeah. But I mean, still a lot of great films. I mean, The Thing is my favorite.
Same here. That's my favorite Carpenter movie, The Thing. It's a masterpiece, in my opinion.
I mean, probably, God, if I had to do a top 5 Carpenter, 1, The Thing. For me, 2, Big Trouble in Little China.
Mm-hmm.
3, Assault on Precinct 13.
Okay.
Right now, I'll say 4, In the Mouth of Madness, and 5, The Fog. At least for now.
Yeah, I mean that list would change up for me. That's really tough. I mean, he's one of my favorite directors. So, I mean, right now I might say Prince of Darkness would be in my top 5, and then I'd have to swap it out because there's only so much room. But I love Prince of Darkness even.
Yeah. I mean, I love his Tiff New York, but I mean, there's a lot of good choices for a top 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nervin, I liked Halloween 4. I've always liked Halloween 4. I always thought it was a good sequel, especially for Danielle Harris and Ellie Cornell.
Yeah, it's fun. I can enjoy that one.
How the fuck can anyone hate the original Halloween 2? I don't know. I don't, as Carpenter, I don't know. Maybe you smoked your weed when he said that too. I don't know. Hello there. I don't know if I've seen you on here before. Wilty's Movies and Music. Hello there. Hope you're doing well. Hope your Halloween's doing well. God, these 70s clothes.
I know,
Jesus. Right? Well, at least they're all, every shirt, like the titties are ready to pop out. So at least there's that. They knew how to dress that way. Tight.
Yeah. Yeah, but what do you think his secret is, like, to the atmosphere that he creates in all his films? How do you think he pulls that off?
What's his secret to showing the titties? His secret to what now? I was too busy thinking of titties.
The atmosphere that he creates in his movies. Because I always talk about like how he does it the best and nobody does it like him.
Simplicity. Doesn't overdo it, doesn't overcomplicate it.
Mm-hmm.
Then with Dean Cundy's widescreen format, and then his own music being put into it that captures the feel of that atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Like The Fog is very simple, the drifting in. You look at the remake and how overcomplicated they made it with all the ghosts and all the other shit, and the remake of The Fog, that kind of shows night and day how it works.
Yeah.
The Red Supra, I love They Live. I don't like the way it ends. I wanted Roddy Piper to live. I wanted Keith David to live, but I like the movie quite a bit. I just wish that ending was different for me.
Same.
But I still quite like the film.
Yeah, I mean, you could have still pulled off the same story, and it could have been just as effective without those two characters becoming martyrs for the cause of exposing the truth. But either way, by the time you get up to that, like, you can't not love that movie. It's so much fun.
Yeah. The ending of the original Fob made sense, Justin Jack. I don't know what you mean by that. They want their gold. They get their gold. And then they tell the guy to fuck off.
Yeah, ghost pirates.
They want their gold. It's like Garfield. I watched that Garfield special. The ghosts want their gold. They get their gold.
This was so weird. Like, who does this? You call and then you're just making noises on the phone.
Oh, that happened all the time. This is before they had computers. Before you could find porn easily.
What about all the noises Michael makes when he's moaning? He's like, ugh.
Yeah, that's sexy. Yeah, he's horny.
Yeah, it sounds like he's doing something else.
He's pent up. Nowadays, he maybe text. Sex test.
There's the Raggedy Ann doll on the dresser up there at the top.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, she hides her pills in that in Resurrection.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Little piece of a trivia right there for you guys, all you Resurrection fans.
I like Resurrection. I just don't like the first 20 minutes, so I skip it and pretend it don't exist, and then
So
I watch
just
the rest of it.
Just all her stuff is what you hate?
Yeah. So I did like a fan edit where I put the other stuff as a prequel, and then the rest is H2O.
Is it just her performance, or you thought it was bullshit?
I didn't like her
character
dying.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like her dying the way she died. It was all stupid.
Mhm.
Her dying so easily, the whole predicament, it was so stupid. It didn't need to be that. You didn't need to have her in it at all. It could have just been a one-off. Just have Michael Myers comes home. Don't even explain it. Just have it be like a one-off story that maybe this happened before H2O type of thing.
Yeah, you could have done that. Yeah.
Because the rest of it I liked. I liked the camera stuff. I like that girl from Battlestar Galactica.
Mhm.
Forget her name. And I love Busta Rhymes. I love it. Treat, motherfucker. He's like a shark. I love it so much. Sincerely, because if you're not, either you're good or you're entertaining, and I find that film entertaining.
Right? Yeah. No, I mean,
it being the shit out Michael Myers is entertaining to me.
It's a movie where, like, I remember going. I was so intrigued because I'm like, how the hell do they follow up the ending of H2O? Like, she fucking chops his head off. Like, he's done for. What are they going to do? What are they going to come up with? And then me and my friend, we go to the theater and it starts, and automatically I knew he was going to hate it because, like, he just groaned at the whole idea of, like, him switching masks and stuff.
I mean, I grow with that too. I agree with that. I don't like that stuff. That's stupid.
Yeah, he hated the whole movie. I was like, like it's not great, but I mean, they're on part 8, dude. What do you expect?
I don't like the beginning. I like the other hour of the movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this guy.
They predicted the whole streaming fad.
Yeah.
That's all it is now. People love streaming. People watch streams more than they watch TV sometimes, like, in general, or movies.
Someone's up because you can't, lift those things all. Is the idea he pulled it out with the car?
I would have thought he just lifted it up himself, and then obviously
fucking heavy is that thing?
Exactly.
How fucking heavy is that thing to lift and carry?
He's superhuman. He's not human, remember? I shot him in the heart. He isn't human. That whole story, I always wonder where that was going. The guy.
Oh, that caretaker, yeah.
Yeah. Loomis stops him right when he's getting to the good part.
Maybe he's a killer too.
Maybe.
He became an ambulance driver and his kid got killed and he decided to put on a mask and decided to.
I love how they're just like, they're smoking the weed the whole time. Then they pull up to a crime scene, let the window down. It's like there's no way he did not smell that.
I can't answer that, Civil Wings. I've never had weed and never really dealt with it, so I don't know what it would smell like.
It does smell like skunk, actually. I mean, depending on, what kind you got.
So you got bad ones, huh?
Yeah, that you do.
But did you inhale?
Like Obama said, wasn't that the point? She actually looks stoned for real right there. Jamie Lee.
Rest in peace to Charles Cyphers. He passed away this year.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to him as the sheriff.
Yeah.
Great Brewer, we actually talked about that earlier in the stream. Hey there, Scratch Burno. Hey there, Off the Deep End and X-Ray Punch. Kyle the Seagull fan. Hey there, Chaz. Hope you guys have a good Halloween. Do you think younger people would see this and find this film boring?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Why? I mean, I know the answer. I just hear you answer.
Well, there's not a kill like every 2 to 3 minutes. It's essentially bloodless. I don't think that today's audience or the younger audience of today is interested in the stuff that we're looking at. They wouldn't appreciate the atmosphere, any of the technique or the way the film looks, or like they don't care. They just want, I mean, in a slasher film, they want blood, gore, nonstop kills, and just a faster pace of a movie. All this is a lot more of a build-up. You spend time with the characters.
Yet they like long legs.
Oh, that's funny that you mentioned that. That movie is very much a slow burn, but I don't really see many people talking about it as much. Like when it was coming out, it was getting a lot of hype and a lot of people went to go see it. And it was very little marketing. But I think that one was a success much the same way this one became a success, like through word of mouth. Because this started off with a slow box office and it picked up over the weeks. And I think that's sort of how the marketing initially was for Longlegs. It just had that word of mouth going for it.
Yeah, but only this is a good movie.
I knew that was coming.
Sorry, Uncle Bill, you're not here to defend it. If people like the film, that's fine. I still think that film fucking sucks. But I love this one. Happy Halloween to you, Caleb. Sorry.
It's not even a question. This is obviously the better film.
Yeah.
And all the framing too, he does that a lot in the movie where you have something or a person or something on the side and you have something else taking up the frame. A lot of foreground, either people or objects, and then background stuff. I love that. I think that was Tommy Lee Wallace, or him and Dean Cundy both were talking about how Carpenter loved doing stuff like that in compositions. And mean, I'm glad that they were so elegant with everything and tried to make every shot count, because just look at the movie. No, I don't mean to sound corny, but I mean, it is a cut above the rest. Like, almost no slasher movies from this era or even the 80s look this good. That's another thing you can't argue with when it comes to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like it or not, like pacing wise or characters or whatever, I mean, it looks damn good. It still does.
Yeah. That's cool, J. Dobbs, that you like that film. That's a film I do like as well. Yep, Charles Cyphers worked with Carpenter a lot. So on Prison 13, Steve from New York. Yep. Yeah, that's we're not there yet, but it's one of my favorite moments. Get your ass away from there.
That's so funny. Like, they're really implying that he ate that. It's like, oh, he got hungry.
Well, I mean, I guess what else you don't eat? Ass. What else you don't eat? Michael Myers, the ass eater.
God.
That's the flesh eater.
Eat the Halloween candy. Just kill those trick or treaters, man.
Does that sound like just break the window? There you go. Something.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to shoot.
Yeah.
You gotta be ready, man.
That's right.
Just don't kill someone like Al Baldwin.
And Brackett's like, just okay. Like, isn't this guy just a doctor? Like, what's he just walking around with a pistol for? It's like, yeah, you could put it back in your pocket. You're fine.
He's kind of a shitty sheriff, if you think about it. He doesn't do anything to stop Michael Myers. You never see. I mean, grant his daughter dies, but you never see him again in Halloween 2.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty shitty sheriff. And then he gets his ass killed in Halloween Kills because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
He's a pretty stupid character if you think about it.
Yeah, I think even the Tommy Doyle character calls him out on that. Like, he says that, like, you guys failed to protect the town you always have. Like, you could never stop him.
Is that the 4th or 8th time after he says evil dies tonight?
What's funny is, like, that whole thing, they're getting all those characters to say that over and over. I know it's supposed to be like how mass hysteria can like take over, and in a time of crisis, people, they don't always make the best decisions, stuff like that. I know that's what they're trying to say, but is that a message that you really need to convey in a slasher flick? Like, it is just a slasher movie at the end of the day. Like, I don't think we need to put that in, but that was part of his vision. So we can't question him. He's David Gordon Green, man. Who are we?
Yeah, they then have a next film where the guy disappeared and they're not even thinking about or scared of him or anything. Like, you create this big mob against him, but hey, we haven't captured him, but you go out on Halloween. Everything's fine. He won't be back. Bake your cookies and your pies. He just, for some reason, decided to hide in the sewer for no fucking reason. And for some reason is weak. And for some reason...
Well, you talk about Brackett being useless, but what about the cop with the fucking cowboy hat?
Yeah. Well, why was he in it?
I have no idea. No idea. He did nothing, literally. He stood around and he's like, oh, ooh. That's all he did the whole movie.
I know this is off tangent, but okay. This is fresh in my mind because I saw Halloween Ends again. Because it was a request. I uploaded the commentary today. if you had to do a sequel to Halloween Kills and you had to use the story, I was thinking like what you would have to do if you have to use the story of 2018 and Kills. I think what you would do is have it be where the town is a ghost town. Like people leave, businesses died out because new people don't want to move there because of all the people that died and he hasn't been captured. Other people move out. And if you want to give a message, how about the message of a dying economy? Not only did he kill a bunch of people, he killed this entire town. Just gave it this horrible reputation. So you have Jamie Lee Curtis and Will Patton in this ghost town, and they stay because they have a cross to bear. Her daughter dying and him feeling guilt for letting Michael Myers live, and that whole flashback that was pointless because they did nothing with it ends.
What other characters do you use besides those two? I mean, you got to have him. He's got to kill somebody.
Well, there'd be a couple people staying because it's Halloween. They want to have, I don't know, maybe a group of kids want to have a party where we have this ghost town. We do anything we want. It's just a stupid legend. It's people being stupid like real life.
Yeah.
Or people like, you know what? You know, I don't care about that shit. You know, it's cheaper here. There's always dumb people that will stay. So you can always have a couple dumb people stay, but I just think there's a lot you could have done with that than what the fuck they did.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, practically anything would have been better than what they did do. This question right here. Do you have a favorite kill?
Well, I mean, there's not that many kills in this. I mean,
I was gonna say the dog, but I'm joking. But no,
I guess the knife sticking to the guy in the wall.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't make any sense.
No, it's totally not possible.
But I like the visual of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, but I like how it looks.
Yeah. That might be mine as well. I mean, yeah, when she gets strangled like in the car or whatever, meh. PJ Souls, same thing. Although I do like the visual of that one too. Like he's got the sheet on. We were talking about Bob. You know, that was supposed to be Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was going out with PJ Souls?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But he would not have died. He would have had so much cocaine in his body. He would have lived through it. I mean, well, a few years later, he did Jaws 3D. He mentioned how he did that whole movie under cocaine. So, yeah, he would have had so much cocaine, one stab would not have killed him.
He wouldn't have been drinking the beer. He was doing coke.
Yep, The Thing from Another World, which I do enjoy that film. That's probably my favorite 50s film. Or one of them is. And yes, they showed the remake in Halloween Ends. They're watching the 1982 film and shows how much Corey is a pussy. Oh, it's so disgusting. You should be watching this.
They also show your favorite movie as well.
Yeah, I mentioned in the commentary. For some reason, Hard Target is, I don't know why. Why? I was so out of the fucking blue. Why are they showing one of my favorite films in this? What did that film do to you? Be putting this piece of shit.
It makes you want to watch that when you're watching Ends. You're like, man, I'd rather be watching Hard Target.
Exactly. Justin Smith, I like Jaws 3 and I don't need cocaine, so there you go. Nah, the Fellbakers don't know who the hell I am. Although, David Gordon Green, if you ever see this, go fuck yourself. There you go. Nah, they don't know who I am. I wish they did, but go fuck themselves.
Yeah, I think another one of those shots is coming up. Lindsay. And she's got a thing with like everybody's name. Later on, she's singing. She's like, "Oh, Paul." She's always saying somebody's name. Oh, yep, there it was. You have her in the foreground, Michael in the background. It's the subtle shots like that I love.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, in the future, do you think that they can ever crack the code for another decent Halloween movie?
No.
I don't think so either.
There is no more story to tell. That's the thing. You've told pretty much any story you could tell, unless he goes into space or something. Like,
God,
what?
Then you're just desperate if you do that. You're just trying to get whatever you can.
That's my point. Like, there's no more story. There's no more story to tell.
Well, I think that's why Carpenter hated 2 so much, is that he couldn't figure out what to write. He said he sat in front of like a typewriter with a 6-pack of beer, and he's like, "What the fuck do I write? I don't know what to do." He's like, "I'm just writing the same movie again." So, he comes up with the whole sister brother thing and all that stuff. And I guess in hindsight, he's just like, well, I got paid, but I hate that movie.
Do you think there's a chance you'd be better? They'll come back?
What?
Halloween.
Could they make another one that's decent?
Yeah.
You'd have to start completely over. Like, not like remake it, but like just go completely away from all the characters that have been established. I think you could craft something that's at least entertaining. Will it be as good as the first movie?
So he's in another town killing people.
Yeah, you could.
That's the same thing,
though. You could still put him in Haddonfield, but you'd have to do something completely different, and not like Corey. For anybody that's going to say that, well, Halloween Ends was different. I like that.
But it's still him in his mask killing people one by one. Like, there's only so much you could do that without it being stale. It's just the same thing.
I don't think this is something that I would want to do, but you could have him talk. You could change it up a lot.
Tell jokes.
Well, I don't know about that, but do I want more? No, I don't want any more Halloween movies.
We'll call it Jigsaw.
Oh God, this is Bane from Rises.
Do you want to play that Halloween game? But sorry, what were you saying?
I mean, it just like you said, it would still be at the end of the day a guy in a mask killing people, and there's only so much you can do with that, which is why a lot of these slasher flicks, they get literally to the point of no return where it's just like or the law of diminishing returns. It's like, it's too much. Like, you've done it so many times. You're not really telling any new story. You're not breaking any new ground. And they've pretty much run the gamut. I mean, they tried to give a reason for Michael's evil and why he can't die, and giving him relatives and all this stuff. I mean, they've gone in so many different directions, and none of it works as well as this one does. So, I mean,
a baby puts on the mask and it's like Son of the Mask.
Oh God. That's where you kill the franchise.
And you bring back Jamie Kennedy.
Predminator, I mean, supernatural. I mean, if you consider evil supernatural, sure. I mean, that's the thing that Carpenter said. Like, he's evil personified, essentially. And that's the boogeyman. That's what you should be afraid of. So, I mean, you could look at it that way.
But the thing is, like, no matter, it's either going to be something very silly, very same and stale, or something that's not Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And you just use it for your own original IP.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean. Like, there's nothing you can do with this. David Gordon Green showed that perfectly with his 3 films. That there's nothing more you could do, because he did nothing new in those 3 movies.
Mm-hmm.
2018 was the greatest hits.
Mm-hmm.
Kills he killed a bunch of people. That's it. With Laurie once again at a hospital, and Ends took the premise of what could have been Halloween 5 from the end of Halloween 4 and just have a boring piece of shit, dull ass character as your lead who you don't give a flying fuck about.
Mm-hmm.
For like an hour.
That face that she makes right here coming up when she's dead. It's very weird. It reminds me of the chick in the raft in Friday 4.
Like Silver Wayne said here, is Wayne Brady's joking a bitch.
But yeah, it's just done. Like I say, leave it alone. Same thing with Scream. Any of this stuff. I mean, you can only take those concepts so far. It's over. Just do something else.
I appreciate it, Bobby. I would not want a mix of Halloween 3 and Michael Myers. I just wouldn't want that. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. I'm sure they're that may be the next. They'll do like a sequel or not a sequel, but like maybe they'll touch Halloween 3 again, since that's getting more of a cult following. But I would not want to even do that. I would think that would just, none of people would know what you're talking about, and the people that do, they kind of like it as a one-off, and they don't need anything else. So, nah, I mean, I wouldn't even want that, but I appreciate it, Bobby. So,
yeah. I agree to a degree, Silver Wings, but it's only over for a while. It'll come back as soon as like somebody wants to put more money into it again. It'll come back.
How soon do you think it'll be? 5 years or 10 years?
Well, next year is the TV series. I saw the poster for that already. And Michael's on the poster. So it's already coming.
How is it, like, what's the plot of the TV show?
This is just what I read, and you're probably going to laugh at this. They are starting another timeline. So this will be the 6th Halloween timeline where, from what I read, it's a continuation from this movie on. So like nothing else after the first one has happened. They're doing that basically.
To Michael Myers, the 80-year-old, watched the Haddonfield. He's bored.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or maybe he's just still there. He's never caught, and maybe they said it in the 70s. Maybe the first episode starts in 1978. And it could be the same night. Who knows? They probably get the guy from Kills to play Loomis if they really wanted to.
Oh,
they're leaving a lot of it like under wraps. So I don't know what all they're doing.
Yeah, premiere is 57 minutes and 27 seconds. I'm tired of these fucking TV shows. I'm just tired of all this shit coming back. I'm so tired of it. So bereft of... I know I'm alone in this because a lot of people love like the horror industry right now. They think it's in like a resurgence, but I'm just the odd man out where I don't like most of the shit coming out with horror. I really don't. I don't give a fuck about Terrifier. I've only seen the first one, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't give a fuck. I did not like Long Legs. I definitely don't give a fuck about a new Halloween TV show.
Anything horror-wise you like this year?
Well, I mentioned like In a Violent Nature I like, despite its flaws.
Mm-hmm.
That Spider one Sting I didn't mind. There was another one I can't remember. I have to look it up. It was Frogman I liked.
Okay.
But I mean, like Alien Romulus, Abigail, The First Omen, Arcadian. I didn't give a shit. Night Swim. I didn't care about any of that bullshit. I have not, Freylit. I'm sorry. I know you sent in the request. I'll get to when I can. I've just been so busy with requests, but I have not forgotten about you, Freddy Lit, but I'll get to it as soon as I can. So thank you. But no, I haven't seen it yet. I've been just backed up with requests. I'm trying to get them out to you guys as soon as I can. Yeah, I like Black Raincorn earlier. That's a really good one. One of Ridley Scott's better movies.
That's such a weird line, by the way. What Bob said.
What was the line again?
He's talking about, I was like, oh, rip your clothes off, rip my clothes off, then we'll rip Lindsay's clothes off. It's like, what? Dude, she's a kid. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, it's Hollywood, so they love that.
Like, I know he's joking, but like, what the fuck?
They love the kids in Hollywood. Even back in the 70s.
Yeah, especially Bob.
Well, that's why he deserved to die.
Yep.
So he'll die. That's another thing. There's a lot of fucking weirdos in Hollywood. In one way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, like with the climate we have nowadays. It's just so many people you just want them to shut up. But, yeah.
Anybody in particular?
Whoopi Goldberg. All the people on The View, Jesus Christ. Because I had to get off on a tangent. I got requested The Apprentice. the Donald Trump biopic. I so did not give a fuck watching that movie because I hate politics on all sides. Okay. And Jesus,
you're not voting, Matt. What's wrong with you? Come on.
I don't like either one, but
so you voted Trump.
Yeah. I don't like either, but I probably pick him over the dumbass. I just hate politics so much, man. They're so fucking. Because the one where the senile bidet, it's like all these supporters are garbage people. I'm like, great, Joe Bidet. You just called half the country garbage.
Bidet.
You see now, fuck. He's like Walter, that puppet of Jeff Dunham. Just he has the same brain as him too, nothing in it. But I don't trust any politician because I think they're all full of shit. But anyway, this is the way we live in today. So annoying.
Mm-hmm. At least Bob didn't last 20 seconds.
He lasted a minute and 20 seconds. I wonder what happened to this Bob guy. Like, never hear from this guy. Does he even do like conventions or anything?
You know, I mean, he probably should. I bet he'd make a killing. Like everybody else does it. I was at the last con. I saw Rowan Campbell.
And, Corey?
Yeah, Corey Cunningham. Yeah,
oh.
He was there, and there's not a lot of people at his table.
I wonder why.
And he is such a small dude. Like, he is really small. I mean, well, I guess he's like average height, but compared to James U. Courtney, like he's a lot smaller.
Well, yeah. I just hear him in Freddie Lit. I don't care either way. Someone said best, whoever wins, we lose. I just don't trust any of them. But I'm not one of these guys that's like, if you vote for someone, I'm going to hate you. I think that's fucking stupid mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what killed me the most. Is if you vote for him, then you deserve to die in Florida or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And here it comes.
Oh yeah, this is the scene Tom Savini hated because he hates the movie and he hates John Carpenter.
It's just mad he didn't give him a job.
Because I remember, like, speaking of a Dead Pit, I think that was one of the first things I remember on Dead Pit when they interviewed Tom Savini, and I think they asked him about Carpenter or something. He's like, "Oh, I don't like Halloween," and he complained about this scene here. Not great idea with his complaint. Like, there's no way that knife would stay there.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that, but it's just like, dude, you were the Ripper.
I was just thinking that. That's so weird. I was gonna say, like, weren't you in the Ripper?
Well, I mean, he hates that too. So.
Yeah. Only probably because he didn't make enough. But if he made a lot more money off of it, he'd like it.
Oh, hey there, Dave.
See anything you like?
So what do you think? Like, okay, that death scene, like it's a scene that doesn't make sense, but you're still fine with it, or do you wish they would have done something different,
No, I'm fine with it.
even if it doesn't make sense?
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of I mean, fuck, the guy gets shot like 6 times or whatever, and he's not even there at the end. So, I mean, there's a lot of other things you can pick apart and say, "Hey, this doesn't make sense. That
Well,
doesn't."
you would say, well, he's supernatural on that front. Is Bob supernatural? Can he levitate?
No, definitely not, but, I guess you'd say, like, well, he stuck the knife in so deep in just the right spot that he was able to pin him to the wall, like him picking up the tombstone earlier. You didn't see
True.
him do it, but I guess he's strong enough to make it happen.
It should have been deep in his ass.
Now that's a Terrifier scene right there.
And yeah, you do have the nipples, you do have the titties.
That's right. Which Carpenter did want, so he's a good man. Yeah. That's the way he sounds.
It's really the end of it.
Yeah, he is. He was excited during this kill.
Yeah, primarily this was a very, very low budget, only a couple 100,000, I believe.
300,000. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, a lot of the crew worked for free, and pretty
Would
sure
you?
it's Deborah Hill who said like it wasn't uncommon to see even Jamie Lee like carrying equipment and stuff like that, just because
Why did they work for free? Like, would
not
you?
not enough money to pay people.
But I
Just
mean, like, what gets it to the mindset of, okay, I'm going to go sacrifice my time to do this for free when you could be doing a job that could be making money and stuff. Like, would you do that? Would you do a film for free?
Me personally, if I
Yeah.
had extra time to do it, yeah. I mean,
Or
I
if
know
you,
it was a different time. I'm not sure if all of those people were well, clearly Nick Castle was a friend of Carpenter.
Mhm.
And so I could imagine maybe it was some friends of Carpenter, Irwin, maybe Deborah. Um, I mean, hell, Castle got paid $25 a day to play Michael Myers, and look at he's reaping the benefits like tenfold, doing conventions, and I'm sure he's gotten some kickback. I mean, well, hell, he got some money for the last trilogy. Like he got to do cameo stuff in that. Oh my god, who is this? Like,
It's your brother.
yeah,
Big buddy bar.
why New Kids on the Block?
You got the right stuff.
That is so funny.
Yeah, it's true. You just have to hope it will be one of those big movies and not something that just completely forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Russian Pirate, I like this more. I like Hellraiser. I would say I like this film more. What's your top 3 least favorite Halloween films?
Ends, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and that's tough because I really don't like Halloween 5.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Neither do I.
maybe Halloween 5.
Damn, you took my answer.
Yeah.
The same 3 I picked.
Oh, okay.
Did you see Rob Zombie's Halloween in the theater? The first one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what do you think about it initially?
You know, initially, I wasn't that opposed to like the first half. Didn't care for the second half. That whole bit where like he's I think it's like a piece of wood or some shit. Like he's banging against the ceiling and like she's crawling around and the shit just went on forever. And then she's like in that pool that has no water and Malcolm McDowell's just like hamming it up like Michael. No, I'm good. I never watch it, so some of the parts that I thought that worked, that were okay, was when he was a kid, but I still don't like the over. There's no need to explain it. Like I don't really need that, but that's probably the most tolerable portion of the film for me. There were a few things here and there that I saw with Tyler Maine's like stature and his size. I know some people said like that wasn't scary, but in a way, I mean, shit, that's a big fucking guy. I mean, a guy like that coming at you with any weapon, even as just his bare hands,
Or his dick.
Oh God. Or that, I'd still get the fuck out of the way. In that situation, like
especially in a shower.
Right. It's shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah, a lot of shooting from him probably.
Oh God.
Slaboween. Sloboween.
That's the parody. Somebody's gonna get a request in for that one soon.
I'm surprised they haven't done it yet. Like they haven't made one yet.
There probably is one. I mean, I don't go around looking for parodies of porn, but there might be one.
But some of them have some fun, some weird, stupid dialogue. Like one recently, I got a request for The Wrong Girl. Like it's like a softcore porn, but then at the third act, you find out the girl like chopped her parents up, so the guy finds his buddy chopped up. Then the girl disappears. You never see her again. And one of the last lines is the guy with his little cowboy hat going, "No matter if you come down their throats, just don't give them your heart."
Oh my God.
So, I mean, sometimes I think that's why people request them, because they just, can you get a look at this dialogue? I'm like, yeah,
that's funny. Here comes all the reveals of the bodies.
Yeah.
Which became a trope in every fucking slasher movie in the early 80s.
Yeah.
I gotta have a scene where the final girl runs into all the dead bodies.
Mm-hmm. When do you think that was played out, like year-wise, around when that started to get played out?
Probably as soon as they started to do, I guess, Friday the 13th Part 2 time frame around there.
Damn, 81 already?
Yeah. Because, like, maybe not at the time, but, you know, Friday obviously was a rip-off of this.
Mm-hmm.
So if you rip it off, you're going to rip everything off. So I get that. And that was still so early on. But, I mean, like, every movie seemed like it did it. Every slasher did that. I never really got why. Like, why do you need to copy that part? Like, the audience knows that they're dead. What does it matter if the lead character knows that they're dead if they're not even looking for those people anymore?
You gotta have some jump scares, hopefully, some ooh ah moments for the audience to participate. Go ooh, you know, and also you want the terrors to be scared before the villain pops up. So you gotta get them on nerves, you gotta get them on the run, and then reveal your killer.
They're not already on pins and needles, though.
Well, I mean, if they don't know anyone's dead, what would they be on pins and needles for?
Yeah, find one person, but not the whole cast. Like that's the thing. That's why it got played out so quickly. It's like, all right, we got to find Bob, and we got to find Paul, and we got to find Lonnie, and everybody else.
Well, I think that was one of the, at least it was for Kane. One of the inspiration for Kane was Michael Myers. Even Jim Cornette mentioned that, because I think Jim Cornette had a hand in creating Kane, because that wrestler, what was his real name? Glenn Jacobs.
Yeah.
He was like the evil dentist.
Isaac Yankem. Yep.
Yeah. Fake Diesel. He was the fake Diesel. So they're ready to fire him. So it's like, okay, you have one more shot. So I guess Jim Cornette liked Halloween. He liked Michael Myers. So he's like, how about you be that type? And I'm sure that was Undertaker, I'm sure, knew that too back in the day. What's a horror villain I could think of? Michael Myers. So there you go. So as this is happening, what are 3 80s slasher films, not of an IP, that you would recommend, like you think are pretty good? Like they're one-off.
Well, I probably would have said My Bloody Valentine, but that did get a remake. So many have been remade. I'm trying to think of
Well, how about ones that just don't have sequels?
No sequels. Okay. I'd probably say that one.
Mm-hmm.
I always found that one to be really fun. April Fool's Day, which is technically not a slasher, but still has all the tropes, and still fun and enjoyable. There's one that I like it's really bad, but it's so bad it's awesome, and I just love it for how crazy and ridiculous it is. And that's the one with the killer kids, Bloody Birthday. There's no way possible that they could have pulled off all those murders, but the way that they do it, it's just so insane.
Yeah, I agree with My Bloody Valentine and April Fool's Day. Really enjoy those. Didn't see Bloody Birthday.
Oh, I'm sure you would love that one.
One I like is Silent Madness.
Oh yeah, the one Vinegar Syndrome put out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that one as well. I always forget about that. That's one that I'm pretty sure I don't think I had seen. Definitely missed my radar until they put it out. So yeah, that's a good mention.
Yeah, I like Belinda Montgomery. She's like a female Dr. Loomis. And there's some good set pieces there. Yeah, I've seen both versions, Scratch Burno. I first found it. A rip someone found of the VHS, but it was like cut. It was like really censored. Like random scenes were censored. So then when I got it, I watched both versions, Scratch Burno. And no, we haven't done a top 10 slashers with Uncle Bill. Maybe that's an idea. But I mean, we've done a lot of lists, so we'll probably wait on that. But one day, maybe one day.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be. I'd love to see like what would make both of you guys' lists. I mean, but to keep it interesting, definitely stuff that's like a one-off. No franchise movies. It wouldn't. It would.
Sure.
It just that stuff gets talked about all the time. You know.
Right.
I think people would be more interested in some of the more obscure ones out there. There's so
Right.
many during the 80s and 70s. There's a lot in the 70s that are pretty decent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why did she keep dropping shit? She drops the knife. She always drops stuff. Like when she stands by car, she just drops it. And it's like, why are you dropping it there?
He's dead, that's why.
But he's not dead. Stop doing it.
Yeah, you stab him once, I mean, he's dead. It's all over. You can't kill the boogeyman.
You can kill Brian Andrews' career. He didn't. I don't think he worked after this. He did no more Halloween films for you. New Year's Evil does suck. Mass Payne fan. It's a shit film. New Year's Evil. That's a terrible movie.
Yeah. You know, that's one that probably could have worked had the execution been a lot better. I didn't mind the motive of the killer, but it's just the execution of what they were doing. It's just the way it was done. It seemed very, very cheaply done and not a lot of intent to even make a decent horror film. It's just like, okay, we got this idea, let's just do it. And they just shot it, and that's why it turned out the way that it did.
We also have a killer who's like, this is evil.
Yeah, he's his voice. Yeah, I remember that.
Why? Why talk that way?
He's like, is it like a tape recorder or something? Some kind of voice. It's not a voice changer. I forgot what he was using in the movie. I'm going to commit murder at midnight.
Going to throw dirt in your eye and poke it. There you go. Poke his eye.
Stab him with a hanger.
Jason versus Madman Mars. Do you like Madman?
It's fine. I don't love it, but it's fine.
Agreed. It's okay, but I know they love it like to death.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if like I saw it as a kid and it's one that like I had like nostalgia for it. I think they're a bit more nostalgic for it than anything.
It's okay, but the actors ain't worth the shit. Characters ain't worth the shit. I don't care about anybody in that movie.
Not even Madman himself.
Well, I mean, it was fine. It was better than Hatchet.
To the Mackenzie's house.
She keeps dropping the knife.
Mm-hmm.
You tell, like, at this point, people today would be like, "You fucking moron! You're just sitting there, your back turned." People in the audience would be like, "Drop dead, bitch!"
Yeah.
Fuck this moron. Great music, though.
Yeah. I love Loomis's look there. He's like, What's going on over there?
It's interesting because these Laurie and Loomis never share a scene together. Even at the end, they're never in the same frame.
Mm-hmm.
The only time is in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tony Moran.
Mm-hmm.
Any stories of him?
His 5 seconds of fame.
What are your thoughts on Tony Moran? Some people may not know.
I have no thoughts on that guy.
Some people may not know the whole deal. What the whole deal with him and what he did.
Yeah, how he's talked shit about everybody and put himself over. He's like Hogan. All he does is lie about everything, put himself over. That's him in a nutshell.
Yeah, he's the best Michael Myers, even though he was only in that 1 5-second shot.
Yeah. It's funny. Nick Castle said he's like, I don't know why Carpenter didn't just use me in that shot. He's like, I thought I could have done it, but he didn't want me in the shot.
I guess he was trying to think, like, what would that kid look like grown up? And maybe Tony look more like the kid compared to Nick.
Maybe, yeah.
Tom Moran thoughts very quick. Guy's an asshole. Hates the Halloween. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Didn't he do like a stream where like his girlfriend had her titties out or something?
He did.
And wasn't that girl like an actress in another movie or something?
She's in the first Scream movie. She's the girl that's in so there's a scene where Nev Campbell goes into like the bathroom and
yeah,
2 girls talking in there. They leave and then Ghostface is in the stall and he puts the costume on and stuff and tries to attack her. That scene. I believe it's the blonde cheerleader chick, I think.
And that's it.
That's
He's
the
out
end.
there
He's out there somewhere.
until the sequel.
Right?
Where apparently there's going to be 50 more fucking sequels of this movie. So this TV show's going to be a sequel of this movie.
Yep. It's never over. The legend continues.
That should be the fucking title of the damn fucking TV show. The legend continues. Like he's Bigfoot.
That's right, Greg. You missed him 6 times.
That could be like an SNL skit. Like,
yeah,
I missed him 6 times. That's Halloween. Predminator's favorite Halloween film. He was the one who requested this. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, it just breezes right by. It's over so quick. It's like barely even 90 minutes. It's 88 minutes or so, something like that.
Yeah.
Very in and out, quick story. It's fun though. Always a good time.
Yeah, it's a good one. I guess, we could just hang around for at least another 20 minutes, at least till midnight or something, make it like 2 hours or so.
Yeah, we could do that.
So I guess if anyone has questions or anything, feel free.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you look forward to Vinegar Syndrome tomorrow. You saying, Marq?
I don't know. They're so hit and miss, man. Like,
well, someone said they might have the keep tomorrow.
That's the thing. I really hope that they're not trying to charge $70 for that movie.
Is that what you heard?
I could see it happening, but no, I didn't hear that. But like, I mean, you know how it is. Hell, man, look at Trick or Treat.
What you got, right?
Unfortunately, I did. I should have just waited. Like,
Really?
it's not like, obviously I can afford it because I bought it, but
Yeah.
I'm starting to get to a point where I'm like, some of these titles, even though it's Trick or Treat, right?
Yeah.
People have wanted it forever. I'm sure it's going to be amazing, well put together,
Yeah.
quality packaging, all that stuff. It's going to have all the bells and whistles. We know this, considering like who's worked on it. But like $70, that's a lot. Like,
That's why I didn't get it.
I know. Like you make the wise decision. I know that like it's going to be a standard version at some point. Well, we hope. They'd be crazy not to put it out.
They said there will be.
Okay, good. All right, so there's that. But like that's so much, man. Like I don't know what happened to like pricing these movies at like,
Isn't that like Arrow Video the cell? That's like 35, I think, and
yeah, like
limited edition.
I got that. I got Demolition Man, which I thought I owned on Blu-ray. I don't even have that on Blu-ray. So
And how much was that?
I think that was like 35. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it was.
And it looked like it had a lot of stuff in it.
I'm going to the pre-order right now. Let's see. Looks like. Hold on, I got a bunch of them up here.
Big money Marq. Where is
okay,
it?
So that's Rumpelstiltskin that I just opened. That wasn't
Okay.
it. Demolition Man. So $40. It's not bad.
No.
And then yeah, so the Cell, and then what was the other one? Oh, A Simple Plan. Got that one too. So there's quite a few of the Arrow titles. There was another one that I was on the fence about. I didn't pre-order it. I don't even remember what it was. But at least it wasn't 70. And what the fuck? Like, why is that becoming the standard? $70, dude? Like,
Well, why do you think it was 70? Does the
I don't
CD?
fucking know. I mean, like, even the soundtrack, like, is that worth an extra $20 to $30?
I guess so.
No way. I don't even know if that's. I think because they know that they can get people to buy it. I mean, hell, crash the site.
Yeah.
People bought it. I mean, hell, I did. I shouldn't have. And I rarely say that. You rarely hear me say that.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised you said that.
But it's like I thought about it and I was like, fuck, man. Like, you need to get that right now. But hey, it is what it is. It's on the way. So
Well, there you go.
yeah, I mean, Jackson Jack, hey, look, it's I can't fault you for that. No, I didn't get an extra one for you. Sorry.
Well, thank you, Crystal, for the sticker. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good Halloween. Thank you, Crystal.
Happy Halloween, Crystal. But hopefully, like, these prices just don't keep going up, man. I think that might be the cutoff point for a while. But
Well, why won't they? Why won't they go up if all the people paid for this? Then why would they not go up?
I think this might be the cutoff point right now, just for now.
For who?
For the people that are like hardcore collectors, basically everybody that bought it.
If it was 80, I think people would have bought it. If it was 90, I think people would have bought it.
100? Really, you think people would buy it if it's 100?
Yes. I do.
Still the same edition, just $100.
Yes, because they see limited edition. They've been wanting for so long. They feel it's Halloween season. They feel FOMO. The FOMO is real.
FOMO is real. You're right about that.
It's absolutely real. And that's why I keep bringing it up. Like when I bring up, do you think there'll be a bubble to burst? It's more like I'm hoping it will, but I know it won't because people will buy whatever. If they see a company, they see a limited, there's going to be enough. I'm not saying there's going to be 100,000 people to buy it, but what was it, 2,000 a piece for each of those 3 covers?
Yeah, something
6,666.
like that. Yeah,
That's all they needed, and that's all. At least less than 10,000. That's all they need, and there'll be people that buy it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think if that's definitely true, but I think last time we talked about this a bit where I said like the more extravagant they get. So I think if they keep adding stuff to it, definitely putting that limited edition moniker on it, yeah, people will buy it no matter the price. But this is not, there's not a ton of stuff with this release. That's why I couldn't understand the price point.
And yeah, it got sold out.
Yeah, and it sold out.
So at the end, why do they have to add a whole lot more if they know people will
but
buy it?
how many titles like this are there going to be? Like, how many Trick or Treats are there?
Or it's an older film that got a less than stellar release, and now they added a nice box like this had, or a CD, or a documentary, a nice cover like this release. Because not all of those older films got this kind of release where it's the box, the cover, the CD, the full-length documentary. Even like April Fool's Day. That, to me, still hasn't had a good release. Because Scream Factory's release, I don't think was good. I think it was a shit release. So, like, even that film, I don't think got... I mean, a cover with a bunch of Barbie dolls on it.
That was so weird, right? What the hell were they doing?
And the features didn't seem that good, and like, see, like that's a release they didn't get. So there's a lot of films that have been released that never got a truly good release.
Isn't Kino doing a 4K of that?
Yeah, they'll probably have to wait another 5 years
before. At least it won't be $70 though. That's the good thing about Kino.
Yeah, there probably won't be anything on it, but it won't be $70.
Yeah. No, Jackson Jack, I did not get the $300 chainsaw, and I'm pretty sure Garrett didn't get it either. I bet he wants it, but I don't think he wants to pay $300 for it.
He might have gotten it.
I was just talking to him earlier today, and you know, it's funny. So, like, Wes got the set, right? He reviewed it. Right. Well, yeah, it was sent to him. And we were just talking about, like, the sensor and all that stuff. It's like, why the fuck do you put a sensor inside the set? You don't make a button. It's not worth $300. It just isn't.
No, it's not.
And Garrett said the same thing. Like, it's totally not worth it. Like, there's no way anybody's like buying that. Those are not flying off the shelves. They made so many of those. It's already down at 200. Well, at least in the convention circuit. I bet it'll be 150 by the time we get to Black Friday. And if it ceases like to sell any further, it'll probably be $100. Like within the next year. Like, they got to make some money on that thing. There's no way that thing even cost them $300 to manufacture. It's like a toy. Like, there's no major detail to it. It's not great craftsmanship of any kind. Like, it looks like a toy.
It's a baby's toy.
Pretty much. It's like a Fisher-Price chainsaw. With some movies in it. Cool concept, poorly executed. Oh, speaking of that, execution, you did not get the $85 set for Rumpelstiltskin?
No.
Why not? They put so much into it. You could get the t-shirt that said "fucketh me" and Sunglasses.
Yeah,
You didn't want all that stuff?
Nah. I did get the $45 one.
Mm-hmm. That one wasn't too much for you. That's like your cutoff point, like 45's like at least for a basic set like that, because that's still pretty basic. There's some small things in there, but it's not like how the Super Mario Brothers set was.
Well, okay, when you say basic, I mean it's still like a 3. I'm trying to say, like, there's still like a lot of like stuff.
I mean, there's a book, a poster, 3 discs. I mean, if they said like, hey, we'll take $10 off and we'll keep the Blu-ray, I'd say fine, because I'm never gonna watch the Blu-ray anyway. So I got a disc I don't need. Maybe I'll listen to the soundtrack once, and obviously I want the 4K. So is it really worth that much?
Well, I mean, I'm fine with Blu-ray. I don't give a fuck about 4K.
Between the two,
I'll take the Blu-ray.
Do you even have a 4K player? I don't know if I ever asked you that. Okay, you do. Okay.
It's just I watched a couple movies. I don't see much of a difference a lot of times between the two.
Is it a situation where I have to ask this because I don't even know if I ever have? Are you on OLED?
Yeah.
Okay. With your OLED, not to get too technical, cable-wise, player-wise, doesn't matter to you?
No, to me, a lot of Blu-rays, they look good enough to me that it's enough pristine picture I can truly enjoy the film. And I don't need an extra couple inches of high def. Yeah, I'm sure if it does wonders, cool, but it's just with the picture that's there now, I'm fine with it.
See, that's the thing where like
I have a 4K TV, yeah.
I like some Blu-rays, but there's a lot of them that just take what was it? Bad Boys for Life, for example. Have the Blu-ray and 4K in the same set. I think I got to a point in the movie and for some reason the 4K froze. So I took it out and then I put the Blu-ray in. But just because I was watching it with people that had never seen it, they wanted to watch it. And I got to the same point and I'm like, my God, man, this looks like shit. Because to me, I had been watching the 4K the whole time. And then I'm watching the Blu-ray, the flesh, like the skin tones were off. They were like overly brown and orange. There was no detail in the clothes. Just everything looked weird. I was like, maybe it wasn't a good Blu-ray. I don't know. But I've seen that a couple times. There are certain movies that I watch on Blu-ray and I'm like, man, like the pixelation, like in certain scenes where there's a lot of like crushing blacks, there's noise in the image. There's this. Now, maybe all the shit that I'm saying people don't give a fuck about. I guess I'm too much of a nerd in that way where I'm looking so much at the picture.
Yes.
And things bother the hell out of me. But that's just a pet peeve of mine. Things bother. When I see a picture like that, it just annoys the fuck out of me. And if it's not pristine, then I'm going to have an issue with it. So 9 times out of 10, when I put the 4K in, I almost never, ever see that. But if I watch a Blu-ray, I'm going to see it. So I noticed the difference. And I don't think it's because I'm looking for it. I just notice it. That's just me. And I bet a lot of people are like, you're crazy. Like you're nuts. But that's just how I am, man. Like I hate that shit. I can't watch the movie. I have to turn it off. Like I don't like watching shit on like, streaming because I see that a lot. You talk about pixelation. Doesn't matter how good your connection is. A lot of different scenes. Oh man, I can't watch it. I got to turn it off. And I'm like, all right, well, now if it's a movie I don't give a shit about, like, then it's whatever. I'm just watching it just to watch it, like, just to get through it. All right. But if it's something I truly like RoboCop or maybe the first Predator or something like that, or a movie that I just typically really want to enjoy, like I can't do it. Like I gotta have the 4K.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But yeah, I do know what you mean, because like I said, there's a few Blu-rays where I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. Now I don't have a 4K to compare it against, but I'm like, yeah, that's still the picture will suffice. So
cool.
So I agree, but I don't. So
it's fine.
I'm halfway there with you.
That's fine. I don't really give a fuck either way. That's fine. That's fine. It don't matter to me.
Jimmy Cammy. Yeah, I'm sure he'd think I'm nuts. I gotta go outside and touch grass or whatever. This is my mom's basement or whatever he says.
Yeah, I don't care what Jimmy Cammy says. I really don't.
No, Jackson Jack, I do not watch VHS.
He's too good for it. It's too good for VHS.
No, if any VHS tapes I have, I have them like out of nostalgia. Maybe I'd watch something like if it's only available on that. If it's never gotten a Blu-ray, never a DVD, maybe I'll watch it. Some obscure movie. But if there's a better copy, I'm going to go for the better copy.
So on Romulus, you're watching VHS.
I'm not watching that ever again. Maybe if we got paid for a commentary or something. That's a little different. But other than that, I'm never watching that again.
So if we got a commentary, you watch on VHS?
I'm not going out of my way to get the VHS. But, I'll watch a stream of it. I'm sure it's somewhere where I can watch it legally and enjoy it for all its glory, because it's a great film.
Sure it is. You love that movie.
I do.
Why do you love that movie?
For Andy. Andy's the best part.
How does Andy act again?
Oh, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it again. He's like, I don't know how he did that the whole fucking movie. His face had to hurt by the end of each take.
Let's see. I haven't seen VHS Beyond, J. Dobbsy. Does Marq, has he seen... No, Haunted Mansion fucking sucks, Jamroll. Have you seen the Haunted Mansion?
Oh my God. I've seen Haunted Mansion one time. Didn't care for it.
One time too many.
Yeah. And that was back when it came out. Didn't care for it.
Your dad threw out your VHS and cassette tapes. Did you throw your porn out too?
Wow.
Maybe that was the VHS tapes. I don't know.
I hope you went back and got those out of the trash. That's what I would have done.
So, do you have any guesses to what they'll have tomorrow on Vinegar Syndrome? Don't they usually have clues? I didn't even see what the clues were.
They do. I mean, they'll have stuff it'll be maybe like a little image on a banner, a close-up shot of something.
Where are the clues? Or for some reason I thought it was like text, like word clues, like they vaguely describe it.
Yeah. Let me see. So on the site, sometimes they'll have stuff. Let me see. Yeah, so there's like an image right here. Not sure what that's supposed to be. If you go to the website, there's an image there.
Oh, the half gray, half red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did that last time with another image, and I think some people were saying like, "Oh, it's Seed of Chucky" or something, but it wasn't. Shit. And then I think I'm not sure if that was them on Instagram or maybe that was Severin that teased something. I saw something earlier today. But yeah, there's not anything I'm necessarily hoping for that they put out other than at least good movies for a change. But yeah. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm not crazy. Not saying you are, Matt. Yeah. I mean, the QLED, like, it's fine. It's not OLED, but it's still a good TV. And the mayor. But I mean, it also depends on the transfer and the movie, like source material, all that stuff. All that stuff makes a difference.
Thanks, Tristo. Do you like the granny? I might have seen that, but I don't remember anything about it.
I don't even remember that one. The granny. Sounds like I need to see it.
By Luca Bercovici.
Let's see.
Starring Stella Stevens.
Oh, wow.
Nah, I don't think I saw this one. I don't think I did.
No, definitely not.
Granny's given an eternal life potion by a preacher, although a preacher admonishes not to take in sunlight, ignores and drinks in broad daylight. Vampire-like monster. Nah, I didn't see this one. Nah. Looks like a pretty awful movie.
I always thought she was so hot in Nutty Professor.
Who?
Stella Stevens.
Who was she in that?
She's Miss Purdy. Remember?
Oh, you mean like the Jerry Lewis?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like Eddie Murphy. Like, what?
No, well,
I thought it'd be like an Eddie Murphy one. Like, what? Oh, yeah.
God,
okay.
no, not
Jerry Lewis. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. So I'm like, where was she in the Eddie Murphy one? Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. God, I haven't thought about those movies in a long time. Just reading the comments. Oh man, Rabid Grannies. That's one for you, Rambo. You got to get that.
Nah, I'll take a pass.
It might be your cup of tea. You never know.
Well, you must be happy Terrifier 3 is making more money since you love those films, as you tell from Hart, the clown in the back there.
I mean,
you're buddies with them.
Yeah, I mean, they're not trying to hide what they are. You know what you're in for if you go see a Terrifier movie. They deliver on what they promise to be gore-filled, death reels.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you want. You're going to get what you want. I mean, I think the popularity of those movies it's taken off. Well, one, I do think Art's a cool character, but it's so for so long we've gotten like Michael and Ghostface and all the same guys. It's finally a character that comes along that I think people like on the level. Well, maybe it's getting to the level of those guys, and they want a new slasher icon. That's what they want. And these movies don't hold back. So, I mean, it's the most successful killer clown stuff ever. A lot of people have that fear of clowns. So,
I don't know many people referencing the 1963 movie. Now, anytime people mention it, they always talk about the Eddie Murphy film. No one ever talks about the older one. I didn't know Mark saw the Jerry Lewis. I didn't know you were into Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, I like. I actually have a. Shit, it's around here somewhere. There's like a big box set for it. It's really, really nice. Whenever I locate it, I'll probably show it tomorrow. Show you the set tomorrow. Yeah, it's really, really nice. I always thought that movie had a lot of really cool scenes. So some of the comedy in it, like I don't care for when, he's like working out and stuff and his arms are really long and shit like that. It's a little too much slapstick on those moments, but I love when he transforms into Buddy Love. I love his style, the way he dresses, the way he talks to people. It's great. And you didn't often see Jerry Lewis play that type of a character. The very arrogant, overconfident, cocky character that gets women,
So do you like those other older comedians like Three Stooges, Red Skelton, things like that? Abbott Costello?
Yeah, I actually have the box set for Abbott Costello. I think
the suitcase one. I have that.
Yeah, it's like a trunk or something.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, I like all those movies. Obviously, Frankenstein's the best one. Meet Frankenstein, Invisible Man, Hold That Ghost is one of my particular favorites. I love Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis stuff. I really like Scared Stiff when they're on the island with the ghosts and there's like the zombie guy. It's like a voodoo zombie. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
No.
That's a really good one. Yeah, if you like those movies and you like those guys, and you're a horror fan, you got to watch that one. That one's fantastic. I've mentioned Arsenic and Old Lace before with Cary Grant, which is also set on Halloween and is a comedy horror film, which he did not obviously do many of back then. Yeah, man, those are all fun movies. I like all that stuff.
Cool.
Of course, I don't talk about them too much because I don't think most people really give a fuck about those movies.
Well, yeah, I like Abbott Costello. I like Red Skelton. I like Three Stooges. I like a lot of the older stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I'd love to talk about all those, but like I said, I don't think that's the audience. I don't know if this is the audience for that. They probably have no idea what we're talking about. All these movies from
right
way back then. They're like, what? When was that made? Like the 30s or the 50s? Fuck that shit. So,
well, thank you, Business of Fear. Wow, that's kind of you, man. Thank you.
Nice. Thanks, man.
Thanks for all the content over the years, Marq. You've been a breath of fresh air in this community. Very, very true. I 100% agree with that.
Thanks.
Teaming cool as an assassin, oozing smoothness, but the same ilk as Matt and Deadpit Boys. You guys are a great duo.
Wow,
Your shaft.
Wow, that's an amazing compliment, man. I appreciate that. I just talking about movies, just putting my opinions out there. Glad people like what I have to say. Thanks.
You need to. I know it's tough for you to make videos. Just make a random video like of a movie news or something you're passionate. I think once in a while, just do that. like you're doing right now, I think sky's the limit for you. Really do.
Yeah, I'm horrible when it comes to doing content, which is probably why my channel stays very stagnant. Like it's not, I don't get a lot of traction, and I don't blame people for not, checking it out, because I mean, there's hardly, other than like the lives that I do, and I've done about maybe 20 of them. Other than that, like I hardly ever do videos. I don't do nowhere near as many as I should. And all you guys, you, Garrett, and Dead Pit, obviously are my closest friends in the community, but like you guys put out so much more content, and I'm like, I love what they're doing, but I'm so far behind. Like I need to do more, and I don't do enough. Thanks, Predminator. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you, Dobsy.
No, you had your stripper pole and didn't eat it, and then all the girls were coming.
I highly doubt that'll happen.
Big money Marq. No. Big money Marq.
One thing I wanted to bring up to you real quick. I know we're going over 2 hours, but I was just thinking about older films from like the 70s or the 60s. Any top lists or favorites lists? Do you think we should ever attempt to do anything like that? I mean, I'd be down for it. I'd do the 50s, but I don't know if Uncle Bill would be into that.
He's not in that era.
I figured as much.
I can't think of many horror from the 50s. I always think of like sci-fi.
Well, I'd open it up to like any genre, like just anything. Any of your like favorite movies from that time.
That could be interesting. Yeah, that could be interesting.
I doubt many people would watch, though. That's the thing.
Well, no matter what I do, not many people watch, so it'd be the same thing.
No, dude, like you.
That's the truth.
You're crazy.
No, it's just the truth. I know where I'm at. I know where my lane is. That's the number one thing. You have to be realistic with yourself, because then you're just comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Russian Pyro was asking, what's your favorite Tobe Hooper film?
The easy answer is Texas Chainsaw, but I'd probably say Poltergeist. That's why I kind of laughed, because most people are going to say he didn't fucking direct that, but I say he did. And yeah, either TCM or Poltergeist.
Well, thank you, Hopium. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. What's worse, Corey and Halloween Ends or Michael Myers talking in Rob Zombie's? Oh, when he talked at the end of Halloween 2. Corey. I'm saying
Corey. I'd probably say Corey as well.
Corey's a fucking dull douchebag fuckhead. Wannabe Clark Kent motherfucker. Corey fucking sucks. That's the truth of it.
Thank you, Sloan. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Very cool.
Oh, I thought you'd seen that by now, Jackson Jack. You got to check that out.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think you dig the Relic. It's a fun creature feature.
It's very cool. Very fun. Very fun monster movie.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think, like,
that's cool, Greg. I like Phantasm. That's one when I finally saw it. It's been years and years since I first seen it, but when I did finally first see that, I was like, this is way better than I thought it was going to be. It's like it's not one I grew up with. I definitely saw it later. Probably like the Anchor Bay DVD was when I first saw it. So sometime in whenever that came out, I guess that was early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s. I'm not sure. But yeah, totally awesome. Just like she says in the movie. Totally.
Is it as awesome as the news that Steer movie's coming back with the Wayans brothers? They're making a new one.
That really worries me. I mean, I would hope it's Keenan Ivory Wayans if it is coming back. I always liked him as a director. I think the first Scary Movie is fine. I don't think all the jokes hold up as well as they should. And the second one definitely, for me at least, does not hold up as well. I mean, you think about it today and people watch Scary Movie 2, especially people of this generation. What the hell do they think of like the basketball scene? You know what I mean? Like,
I like that movie. That's actually, I like it more than the first one.
Really? Okay. Yeah, it's
I think James Woods is hilarious. I like the
I always forget about him.
I like the supporting cast.
Yeah.
Chris Elliott and David Cross and Tim Curry. I think the supporting cast is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Richard Mall.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a lot of fun to be had. But yeah, some of those references they're not good at it. Yeah, of course. But you say it for a ton of parody movies.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like how many people know Airplane? Have they seen the movie Airport? In those movies.
Good example, yeah. They got Google to look up the references. That's probably what they'd have to do. Mayor, I don't know about that 4K here. Maybe that's one for Arrow. I could see them doing it. Same for House. I don't think that's got a 4K yet. I know the set that I have back there, that's from Germany. All 4 House movies are in 4K and they look great. So probably just a matter of time.
Off the Deep End, I like Mimic. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, Mimic's cool. Saw that one in the theater when it came out.
Actor movies. I mean, I miss B Movie Mike. He was, for those who don't know, he was a guy that I chatted with when Pizza, when he had his streams on the Sausage Factory. Had those streams, and he was a good guy. But I think he's just busy with life, like a lot of people. They just get busy with life.
Mm-hmm.
Director Steven Marq is getting another movie.
I did see that. Jesus Christ. I just really want that guy to be a success. Like, all right, here's some more money. Thank God that's not a franchise.
Not yet.
Let's get him ranked 2, 3.
Not yet. Although I guess they are filming the Cliffhanger reboot. I saw pictures with forget her name. And I guess Pierce Brosnan's in it too, but no Stallone.
Wow, that's surprising. I would have thought like he would at least be in it, like some kind of supporting role, or maybe he might get a cameo or something at most.
No, he's not in it. I'm glad he's not, honestly, but I don't think it needs to be made to begin with.
Oh,
but
yeah.
No, he's not in it at all.
Yeah. Oh, boy. The sequels never stop.
What's that? It's a reboot.
So, wait. It's a reboot or remake? Well, I guess that's the same thing nowadays. And it's a female lead?
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe she'll be gay too. I don't know.
Jeez. I mean, you're probably not wrong. They have a director listed? Who's doing it?
The guy did the House of Wax remake and The Shallows.
Wow. Okay. That's it's kind of a random choice. Far cry from Rennie Harlan, that's for sure. All right, whatever. Sure, it'll be pretty good, just like all those other reboots and remakes.
Pierce Brosnan is in the mountains with his daughter, mountain range in Italy. The pair kidnapped, and another daughter dealing with trauma from a previous climate accident, like Stallone's character, must come to save her family from the kidnappers.
God, come on. Well, that's happening. Next. Next topic. What the hell are they doing?
No, it's not like there's no Stallone left. I guess he finally was smart about something. It's just a complete remake, reboot, Russian Pirates. So, I mean, I guess that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only good thing I just say.
Yeah, he had quite a few of those lined up, didn't he? I mean, I know there was that one, and then he also had
Demolition Man 2.
Demolition Man 2, yeah. I'm sure that one won't get off the ground either, but never say never. You know
Hey, sorry. Go ahead. Hey, Mark Del Rio, I'm doing well. How are you doing? We finished the film. Film's done.
Yeah, yeah, just watch the replay.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, it's been over.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's underrated. Aberration from '97. Mark may like that one. It's a little monster movie.
Don't think I've seen it.
Little killer gecko type of creatures done practically.
Nice. Okay.
I play it here, but I can't play videos with sound. I don't know why. I don't know how to play videos with sound. I think maybe because I got the microphone here, and so it only records it to this microphone, and not. I don't know how else to do it. Because I could play the video, it just there'd be no sound. Because I don't know how else to do it.
And I'm not a pro at StreamYard yet. So I'm not really sure. I mean, I've only been using it for like the last maybe year and a half, and I haven't even attempted to stream anything on the side.
Yeah, I like with William Catt. Yeah, I like House.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
Yeah, very fun movie. To me, the first one I grew up with, that's always been my favorite. But
mm-hmm.
2 has its moments. I like 3.
Yeah.
But fourth one, no. It was too. That should have been part 2. Not that movie specifically, but like the premise of him coming back and, you know, having his family together and actually being in the house from the first movie. Like, had they switched some things around and like done it sooner, it probably would have been better.
I agree. I like the first 3, and the fourth one sucks.
Yeah,
I like the first 3. I like the horror show. That's part 3.
Mm-hmm.
I like. Yep. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, I like all the first 3. No, it's fine, Mark. You have fun doing giving out candy. Just don't have any sewing needles in it. Like that trunk or treat you said?
Yeah, trunk or treats.
And someone had a needle and a Twizzler.
Yeah. Luckily the mother caught it before the daughter got to eat it. So, it's a good mom.
Not be able to see anything. Now you'll be too bright to see.
Probably.
Well, you have him to do the sequel to AVP Requiem. He loves dark things you can't see.
Yeah.
You can't see shit.
Oh boy, we got
He do a Halloween film where you can't see shit.
more AVP stuff.
Yeah, I did a video on that. Two Predator films, Alien film, AVP film, and a Partridge in a Pear Tree. But yeah, for those interested, I did do a video on that. That's on the channel. Upload a day or two ago.
Silver wings. No trick-or-treaters. I actually had some trick-or-treaters, but they were just knocking on the door because we didn't have any candy. We were all out of candy. But I mean, hell, I can only buy so much candy.
How long did they knock before they left?
Quite a while, actually.
You'd give them some of those DVDs.
I should give him some DVDs. Just give him a VHS tape like in All Hallows Eve.
That film sucked.
I saw that you reviewed that too. Watch it all yet. So you not a fan, huh?
The third one was okay. The one that Terrifier because the way it filmed, but the first two, it's like, here's a fucking alien that does these involved moves, like these Mike Myers.
He's like moving around like this.
He's got like a shitty mask and tubes, and he's moving like. Why is that supposed to be scary? And the first one just random shit. Like, here's some random monsters. Here's some random chicks, and then here's a random shitty looking baby they cut away from because they didn't have the effects.
Yeah.
All Hallows Eve is an anthology the director did before Terrifier, where he just put his short films into it, and a wraparound where a babysitter and two annoying kids.
He's not a fan of that, by the way.
Well, neither am I, so we agree.
He said he didn't want to make that. Like, he didn't want that to be a thing. It wasn't meant to be an anthology movie.
How'd it happen? Did he explain?
Yeah, so I was just talking to him about anthology movies and just how the whole subgenre of anthology movies is like dead. And I actually talked to Eli Roth about that too. But it's just always a thing that I like to bring up. But it's one of my favorite subgenres. But he said, like, you know, he wanted to do an actual anthology movie someday, like a real one. And this one was more so like, I think it was either his agent or his manager or somebody at the time was trying to convince him that, like, hey, like, you got to make this wraparound. You got to make this like an anthology movie. And then this will be good enough. Like, we can like put it on streaming and, you know, your name will get out there more. And so it was more of a business thing. And when I brought it up, like, his whole like expression, he's like, I'm not a fan of that. So he's not proud of that at all. He recognizes the faults in it for sure. I'll just say that.
Okay. They did trick or treating in broad daylight. Yeah. This will be trick or treating just in their home alone. Don't go outside. Oh, thank you, Ryan. Yeah, I loved playing Manhunt. I played that. I finished it. Let's talk a bit about that since I played it this month.
Yeah,
you played it.
Several times.
When did you first play it? And what, on PC?
No, it's actually the perfect way to play it. So it was like, I'm pretty sure it was a friend's like birthday or something like that, or maybe we were all just hanging out. It's one of the two. Anyway, we're at a friend of mine's house, and like another friend shows up, and he's like, "Hey, I got this new game," and it's supposed to be really crazy and scary and all that. So naturally, it's the PS2 era, so everything seemed awesome, even if it wasn't. But this actually was, and way better than I could have imagined it being. And we all just took turns playing it, and we probably just played that for about, I want to say 10 hours straight. Like we just all took turns, and sometimes we'd fuck up, certain missions and stuff just so that we could go back and like somebody could get a turn to kill somebody. But yeah, we beat the whole thing probably in that one sitting.
And when was this?
Shit, whenever it first came out, so 2001, I think it was when Manhunt first came out.
Okay.
Or was that 2002? I'm gonna look that up. I think it was 2001.
And you said you played it multiple times?
Yeah, over the years, I mean, I've played it several times. Here it is right here. Oh, 2003. Okay.
So at
That's
the time,
right, because I guess Max Payne 1 would have been 2001. So yeah, they probably wouldn't have put that out in the same year.
And were you aware of the controversy?
At the time, it wasn't controversial because it had just come out. It was like it had just dropped. But I think from just seeing clips of it on TV, and then what was it, PlayStation Magazine, Electronic Gaming Monthly, and all that stuff, and probably some IGN like reviews, because back then we were all super into console gaming like crazy. But again, like I said, it was the PS2 era. So everybody had people that didn't even play video games had a PS2, That's how popular it was. But yeah, he brought it over, and shit, dude, like since then it's been one of my favorite horror video games. It definitely needs a remaster. I've heard that they're working on that. I don't know when that's coming out.
Who is like a fan?
No, Rockstar. I don't know if that's ever actually going to happen, just because it was so controversial. And I'm pretty sure they're so busy with like the new Grand Theft Auto, and then they're busy with like the Max Payne remasters. Yeah, it probably won't happen for a long time. But yeah, the PC version looks really good, only because with that you can crank up the resolution as high as you want. You can play it in 4K. You can upscale the textures and all that stuff. And with mods as well, you can increase the graphics, and you can change the lead character. Yeah. Also, like I think I told you, I played the game as Jason Voorhees, and it works surprisingly well. It's right out of a Friday the 13th movie anyway, all the kills. So yeah, it's probably my top 3 favorite horror games of all time.
Oh,
I love it that much. I think.
When was the last time you played it?
Probably like a few years ago. It's been a little while. There's been so much that's come out in the last few years, and I don't game as much, at least in the last few months. I haven't gamed as much, but I'm still a gamer at heart. I don't think I'll ever not play games.
You need to play that on here, and I'll watch. You need to do that.
I would love to. I would love to. I think
just let me know.
The one that people would love to see would be 2. Although, I'm pretty sure there's people have done playthroughs of part 2 online, just so you can see like the uncut stuff. Because I think for consoles it was censored, right? I remember.
Yes, for Wii, PS2. Mm-hmm. Like Silver Wings, he played it on his channel on the Wii, and that was censored. I have a PS2 beta that is uncut.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Now, apparently, because it's a beta, it's going to have glitches, but I'd like to play it one day to see through it. It'd be interesting to see kind of the early state of it, and it'd be fun to play it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, who knows? Maybe if someone requests it one day, I'll play it for the channel. But yeah, the controversy of Manhunt 2. You were aware of the controversy of Manhunt 2 then? When that came out?
Yes. Well, once the first game took off and then everybody started to realize what it was, and then I think the guy like killed his friend or something. Once it hit like mainstream news and media and stuff, that's when like I think Rockstar was like deemed to be like Satanists by the like mass public of like people that don't play video games. Because I mean, you had Grand Theft Auto, which is obviously violent, then Manhunt, and I mean, hell, Max Payne, even to a degree, is pretty violent. You're just shooting people nonstop. So they were being crucified for sure, and I could only imagine like what the higher ups thought about like the franchise. I did see an article one time where it was like an ex Rockstar employee. He talked about how much he hated the franchise just because he's like, well, it's the problem with it is that it's killing for the sake of killing. I'm like, well, dude, like it's a horror video game. I mean, I don't know what else you would do in a horror video game.
You mean this ain't good to do?
There's gonna be some killing. I mean, it's a horror game. That's what it is.
Thank you, Benny. I appreciate that. And hey there, Steve. So when did you first play this one when it came out too?
No, I didn't play this one right away because I knew that they had censored it. So,
you waited.
I waited on it.
And you play on PC.
Sure. Oh yeah, definitely. And I think on
what's wrong with this? This is all family entertainment.
Yeah, it is. On Rockstar's website, they put at one point they were giving the game away. I'm pretty sure for free, like the adult only.
Free.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a thing for a while. That page is more than likely no longer up because now, much like how every studio has a streaming service, there's the same thing for video games. Every company's got their own store. There's the Epic Game Store, and Rockstar has their own game store. Although, like, you could probably get a few of the titles on other third-party services, but mostly like something like Steam, like one of the bigger platforms. But yeah, it's, as you can see, pretty crazy. I mean, as violent as it is, I don't think it's that much more violent than the first one. It's probably about the same.
It seems like there's a lot more though variety.
Yeah, a lot more variety in kills. And then you have the environmental kills as well, which you kind of had something like that in the Punisher game, if you remember that one.
Yeah, but there's no uncut version of that, right?
The Punisher game?
Yeah.
Again, I think the PC one that I have is uncut. I mean, I don't know about the console games.
No, the console's all censored.
Okay, see, that's one where when it came out, I played it on PC first. Yeah, because in 2003, I'm pretty sure that's when I had my first custom built PC. And then I did
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah,
you can wonder what they were complaining about.
Right? Yeah. And then there was another section. Now, Hostel hadn't come out yet, but there was like a section of the game where it looked like an area that would like have been in the Hostel movie, where it was like these torture chambers where you could like go in and just kill whoever.
Yeah, but Premiere, I think more Kombat they didn't complain. Like they complain, but because it's more fantasy, this one is trying to be more with the atmosphere, the music. A lot of times it's tone. Like horror comedy, there'll be a little bit more leeway than if it's a serious horror film, it seems, because of tone.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could you have the same death scene, but if it has a different tone to it, then they'll. Same with movies.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't it like in the like some about there's innocent people, and if you kill them, you get a different ending or something?
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played the second one. If I do play either one of them, I do play the first one.
Okay,
Take care, Max Payne fan.
Yeah, take care, man. So you play the first one more.
Yeah.
So you like the first one more.
Yeah. I'm sure I could probably get into the second one just as much. I just never played it. I think because this one, it's sort of following the same type of narrative, but there was just something about this one that I liked, but not as much as the first one for some.
But you don't know what that was?
Not off memory. No, I mean it's probably a. Yeah, I mean look at that. Like look at that. It definitely goes for it. They go all out. Gee, some of these kills I don't even remember.
I guess some of them are like environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, like that thing that he put the guy in, that was definitely environmental kill.
Well, it says here cut content extended, so I don't know if it's maybe modders have done something, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, was it the lead guy maybe that wasn't big on in Manhunt 2 or his story or
I don't know. Oh my god. But so the first one, like you just never got it and you always knew what it was, I'm sure. But it wasn't one that you went to like seek out to get.
Oh, me? No, I knew it was for PS2. I had seen the cover, but when I heard it described to me, it's, oh yeah, you're in stealth, you go around, you kill people. It sounded boring, like the way it was described. Like, okay, that's for an entire game. Like, won't that get repetitive? Won't that get like boring after like 20 minutes? But then when you play it, it's like, well, there's a whole atmosphere to it. There is a story. There's all these multiple weapons. There's different environments.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's gunplay.
Yeah.
There's shotguns. Like there's
the nail gun.
Yeah. So they keep it fresh enough so it didn't feel too repetitive. So that was a nice surprise. And yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I'll try to get the PS4 version sometime. And I'll probably want to play it again now that I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Jesus. I remember they were trying to do the third one for the longest time, but they ended up canceling it.
Was it because of sales of this one, or just the controversy was too much of a headache?
I think a little bit of both. I think, and maybe somebody in the chat might remember this better. Didn't they pull this from shelves after a while?
Well, I know it got banned in a bunch of countries.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they pulled it off in a lot of areas, and I think it was. And then a lot of it too was like people. And I remember everybody saying this, like, "Oh man, it's the kills are censored, so
right.
I'm not going to get it or shit like that." So I mean,
yeah,
when you get that kind of word of mouth spreading, like you're probably not gonna. I mean, that's the point of the game. Like, who wants a blur over what you're doing. How do you know what the fuck you're doing? You can't see.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Day one. Yeah, I'm sure it's banned a ton of countries like the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, I don't know why.
I mean, hell, the Hitman games were pretty crazy. I mean, is it really just like, look at the blood though? Like it's bloody, but I mean, Hitman was pretty crazy. You're strangling people with piano wire, and
But was it as bloody and crazy and chunks flying everywhere? And
I mean, some of those kills in Hitman were pretty out there. Not as bloody and not as graphic, but it's the concept though behind it all. I know violence in video games for a long time was a big, topic in the media. Like have video games gone too far, and this is what our kids are playing, but that's why they had the rating system. It's the same thing for movies or music. You had the explicit content, the advisory sticker on like CDs back in the day, and you had the mature rating or teen only or whatever for the video games, and then PG-13 or rated R. So I thought that was sufficient. Like, and then, I remember and this was a long time ago. I remember going to buy Grand Theft Auto 2 in the store. Mm-hmm. I think it was from like Target or something, and they didn't want to sell it to me.
How old were you?
I don't even remember. I know I was young, and I was definitely under 18. Jeez. I don't even remember. But I was really young, and it was GTA 2 for sure.
So the older ones where you like top down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What system was that for? PlayStation 1? Yeah.
That's how I discovered the first Grand Theft Auto. Actually, I was at my cousin's house, and her boyfriend had he was like super into video games. He had every console. I remember the PlayStation side by side with the N64, and then he's got racks and racks of games. And I think I was on like Christmas vacation, and I was staying with her at the time, and I'm just going through all the games, and then I saw the first GTA, because I think at that point I probably played everything on the shelf. I'm like, I've never heard of this. What's this Grand Theft Auto game? And I started playing it, and I really, really loved it. I got super into it, and been a GTA fan ever since the first one. I know the top-down thing isn't for everybody, but I've always loved the first two. Jesus. Yeah, Rockstar, man, they're just printing money with GTA. They don't give a fuck about any of the other franchises.
Right.
Like 5 is still making them tons and tons of money.
GTA London 69. I've never. Is that a real one?
Yes, it is. It was an add-on game, so you'd have to put the game in, the actual game in, and then like I think you preloaded it or something, and then you put London in, and it would come on, and then like the guy he'd have like the British accent, Grand Theft Auto, and then I remember it was like remember the car he has in Austin Powers with like the British flag on it?
Yeah,
that car was in there. But yeah, it was London based, and I loved it because I always liked like British crime movies and stuff. So it was right up my alley when I when I started playing it, because every gangster, they had the British accent. And I always thought it just sounded cool. So yeah, it's a fun one. I enjoy that one too. Jesus. Yeah. It's like overkill.
Makes you want to play again, huh, Marq?
Yeah. That or the Hitman games. I never did play Hitman 3.
How many of those games are there? Hitman.
Oh man.
A ton, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you got the first few games. I think it was the first one was Agent 47 or Codename 47, something like that. Then it was Hitman 2, Silent Assassin. What was the third one? I can't remember the third one. I know there was Absolution, Contracts. I think one was called Blood Money. There was a lot of them. And then like once we got to I played that, Greg. I played The Suffering. I played that right when it came out. I was a huge fan of The Suffering. Love that game. I played the second one as well. That one was really cool. Super gory.
Oh, thank you, Jeremy. Max Payne 2, that game was ahead of its time. You know what? I still haven't played Max Payne 2. I like the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have it on the PS4. I haven't played it on there yet. But I do have Max Payne 2. I just never played it. I played Max Payne 3. I wasn't gun-ho about it. I definitely say I like the first Max Payne more. I don't know. Max Payne 3. There's parts that I liked about it, but I don't know. I just some of the way they do the gameplay on it, I much prefer how it was done in the first one more. Put it that way.
You like more of the arcade style to it? Okay. Yeah, because the third one they got a lot more how do I say, not technical, but I remember like just the cover system and shooting mechanics were a lot different, but still good. I know there's one guy on YouTube, I can't remember his name right now, but he's like a diehard fan of Max Payne 3 till this day. He's like, oh, it's the best shooting mechanic game ever made, and he's got all this stuff about like why it's the best. But yeah, I like all three. I mean, for me personally, those are really, really fun games. Super nostalgic, and I'm a modder, so those games, as far as shooters go, those are the ones that I probably spent the most hours of my life playing because there's so many mods for them. Yeah, shit. I mean, the Blade mod, where you play as Blade, it's got the music. I'd love to play all those on here, but that's the thing. It's got music and stuff from all the movies. So it's like, I don't know if I'd be okay playing that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to. It'd be really, really cool. Yeah, the Matrix was so huge at the time. There's like 10 million Matrix mods. And I mean, it's really cool because like they incorporated like a fighting system. Like, so you can actually do fighting. You don't have to use guns. You can put the guns away and do actual like kung fu, like in the Matrix. They made an anime one where you have sword play. That one was kind of cool. And then they changed all the weapons, so you got a ton of new weapons to choose from. All sorts of like different slow motion options. I mean, you name it, they probably made a mod for it. They made a Saturday Night Fever mod for Max Payne. Like, they were going nuts back in the day. It was one for like everything. I know The Crow had one. I actually started making my own one at one point. And I always loved Desperado, and I thought that one would be perfect. So I started making the levels, and at some point I got like distracted and I was just playing. That's the thing. You want to play games, and then it was like, well, if I can make this over here, this would be really cool. So I was doing that, but then like I just kept jumping back and forth, and I never finished it. And I'm not even sure where all those files are. But yeah, I started making the levels for it. I was working on the bar from Desperado. Is it the Tarasco bar? I think it's called something like that. The main bar where Cheech gets killed. Yeah, and I was trying to do all the guns too. I could not figure out how to do the cock gun, which I know would have been really, really awesome. Somebody smarter than me would have been able to do that one. Like genuinely, when guys like make these things, like they do, they have like different people that work on the stuff with them, and I didn't have anybody. It was just me. Yeah, there's Saturday Night Fever. Yeah, there you go. Like I said, they incorporated fighting systems into different.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, dude, but the Matrix ones, I mean, they got so crazy with them because they recreated all the stuff from Reloaded. So like the shootout sequence and the yeah, that whole thing. Yep, there you go. They recreated that whole area. The chateau, there's stuff with the twins. I mean, all sorts of shit. Every scene from any of the 3 movies that you could think of, like they recreated it, and you could play all of that. One of my favorite mods was the Animatrix one, just because some of the animations that they put in the Animatrix mod, it had, I think it was, that's from the first movie. So in the first Matrix, Neo does the whole thing where he's like doing all that. They put that whole animation in. And then what's really cool is that you can see the actual bullets from the enemies. Oh, there you go. There's a little piece of it. So yeah, you could shoot at the same time if you wanted, or you could just stand there. Yeah, when you shoot people, you see the actual Matrix code come up. And they explode in its Matrix code. Like once you kill them. And and then they had different camera control options. It was crazy, man. Such a fun time. And yeah, the Blade one was super cool too because everybody's a vampire instead of just regular enemies. They incorporated some of his fighting things. They put the staff, there's the sword. I saw somebody did like a really, really cool one for Blade 2. I mean, not Blade 2. Well, it's for Blade 2, but it's Max Payne 2. So I think some of the ones you're looking at is for the first Max Payne. But yeah, people catch on fire, I can't remember. I think it's called Vampire Slayer. I think. But it's got a blade like thing in it. That might be it. Yeah, I don't know. But either way, there's so many variations, dude. Like there's still fan sites up right now for this stuff, and you can still get all of those if you want to play them. And I still have like literally the mods from like the early 2000s. I kept all that stuff. Just transferring it from like hard drive to hard drive, disk to disk. That's it right there. The Vampire Slayer. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's like a trailer. But yeah. And then they did Van Helsing as well. Yeah, that's awesome. But I mean, talk about taking your game even further. So like you're like a diehard fan of like, you know, Max Payne, and you're like, well, I've played every level to death on Max Payne, but I still love the engine. I love what you can do in here. There's a lot of other cool stuff. So you just go in and you start typing, and then you look on the site, and then there's one for Terminator, and there's probably a RoboCop one, and any of your favorite movies, and then people recreate all the stuff, and then they incorporate it all in there. And then you get to play as your favorite characters and do a lot of the stuff that they do in the movies, the shit that they don't even get right in the video games for, like The Matrix.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up a whole lot with PC, so I mean, I know of mods. I definitely know of people playing mods.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know the first time I'm making them, but very cool. I always find that stuff fascinating.
Yeah, I think whenever that was when we did the show with God, his name's slipping my mind, Anthony.
Yeah.
I remember he was talking about modding for like Resident Evil. Like there's a ton for that. Like
yeah,
it just turns like your gameplay experiences into like never ending fantasy stuff. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to experience in any of those games, you can. That's still why I love GTA so much. Like it's already the perfect like open world sandbox game, but then you start adding mods to it, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can make it whatever you want it to be. So I got lost in all that though, because I wasn't playing other games. I was just modding nonstop. All these games. It's like, man, you got to move on from this and play other games. I always get stuck doing that.
Well, we do have the toughest question of the night. Who the fuck is Corey?
He's the new Shape. That's who he is.
Shape of a shit. The shape of shit. That's what he is.
That's not a bad idea, Jackson Jack. We should do a video game show.
Force Uncle Bill to be in it.
Oh man. He'd probably get bored and just leave.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck are we doing?
You need to play these games. You need to get with the times, Uncle Bill. Stop salivating over long legs. Stop watching that 18 times. Go play some games.
Maybe they should put long legs in a game, and then he'll
yeah, we'll put long legs of mana. He'll play that.
Yeah.
He'll play it then.
Oh, man.
I will laugh if Congo is one of the 4Ks from Vinegar tomorrow.
Would you buy it is the question.
Yes.
Okay.
If there's good features, because I have it on Blu-ray, I can always wait to get it cheaper, because it'll be on Amazon eventually. But if it has like good enough features, stuff, yeah, because I sincerely do like Congo. I do. I don't see what's so bad about the film. I sincerely don't.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I like Congo. I don't have an issue with it either. It's one I did grow up with.
Ernie Hudson shoots the shit out of killer gorillas, and blood and people's heads getting smashed. And
what about Tim Curry's accent? That's the best.
Stop eating my sesame cake.
Yeah, Delroy Lindo. Oh man, he's a treasure in that film.
Let's just tell you, why is that film so awful to people? What's so bad about it?
I mean, I guess maybe if like, and I know this isn't even the case for most people, but if you're like a hardcore fan of the book does have some differences. It is a lot more filled with minutia and scientific jargon. Although I know Crichton has like a degree and he's like a Harvard graduate and all that, so I guess I shouldn't call it jargon.
They want all that jargon?
I don't know, honestly. That's the only thing I think of. Maybe you love the book and the movie just doesn't do it for you. But to me, I think it's a serviceable adventure movie.
Isn't the stuff in the book? It looks like they got the stuff from the book.
Yeah, most of it. There's a lot of subtle differences. I mean, you know, like Tim Curry's character, for example, he's not in the book.
Right.
So that's one thing. If you find him annoying, you're like, well, he's not in the book, and this guy annoys the fuck out of me. Why do I need to watch the movie? I could just read the book again. I think is it in the book or in the movie? I think it's in the book where like the gorillas they confirm that they are experiments, like they're part human and part ape, and they're bred to be the protectors or something like that. And I think in the movie, people find the concept of just killer gorillas stupid, and that's all they are in the movie.
Oh, but part ape, part human is a lot better. That's smarter.
Hey,
that makes.
I'm just saying.
I mean, but killer gorillas, that's so unrealistic. But part man, part ape, scientific experiment gorillas, that's more real. That's where it's at.
Yeah, I mean,
that's more realistic, folks.
You'd be surprised why people.
I would not be surprised. That's the thing. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I'll get it if it's a decent price. I don't have it at all, so yeah. I'd be down to add it to the collection. That's another one I would have thought that I had, but I don't.
So, do you order from the site, or do you prefer like Orbit or Diabolic when you order that stuff?
Typically I always use their site because of reward points, and there's not really a price difference.
But what about shipping? Like, isn't one better for shipping?
Not usually, no. Most of the time I'll end up getting more than one thing, so my shipping never really comes into play because it's always free. Very rarely do I just get one movie from Vinegar Syndrome, and then even still, like, the shipping isn't that much.
No, I mean like the time it takes to ship.
Oh, the time it takes to ship. No, I mean, so if it's like, say I go on Vinegar Syndrome site right now and I buy a 4K, I'm going to get it fairly quickly because it's not in like, it's not one of their sales, or it's not Black Friday or one of those things. During that time, yeah, you're going to be waiting because they got like 10 million orders to fill.
That's what I mean, though. Let's say tomorrow you want to buy one thing. Is it better to just buy from Orbit, Diabolic, or is it better to just buy from their site?
Not necessarily. I mean, well, if it comes out right away, yeah, but more than likely, a lot of that stuff's going to be pre-order. So if it's pre-order, then I'm going to have to wait for it to just come out anyway. And then at that rate, then I do want the points on their website, because that's how I got that thing over there. That sign, that Vinegar Syndrome sign down there. Yeah, that's the big one. That thing was like $150 or something, but I paid like, might have been less than $50 for that. It was cheap for me because I never used the points, and I was like, that'd be really cool to have, but I don't want to pay that much for it. It's not like I got all these points, so it worked out, and I still got a ton of points. I've used it, like the point system, a couple times to get certain like cases for things, not just regular slips, but like big, like extravagant stuff. Like, if it's anything that I didn't have that I really wanted, I just didn't buy. Like, I'll use it to get stuff like that. But yeah, I like the point system.
Okay. Well,
nothing wrong with Anaconda and Congo. I think they're fun.
Well, I guess that's it. We're all caught up with the chat. It's about 1 a.m. here. 3 hours we've been going on with this for a movie that was 90 minutes. So definitely have fun chatting.
Oh, yeah. As always.
But yeah, hope everyone had a happy Halloween. I know it's now November. Enjoy your November activities. I guess tomorrow we'll be here for Friday Night Lives on Uncle Bill's Dead Pit channel. And I think we'll just be random Q&A, kind of like this.
Yeah, should be.
I'm sure we'll be talking about the Vendor Syndrome, what came out and stuff. I would think that'd be a big topic.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks once again to Predminator.
Yeah, thanks, Predminator. Appreciate you, man.
Take care, and everybody have a safe rest of your night and day.
Yep. Later.
Later.